What is happening, my fellow lovers of shiny metals, and welcome to another Saturday night stack chat with me, the Stack Collector, in association with Stackers Social. It really is the only place to be when it comes to talking about all things shiny and round. And a massive hello and welcome to everybody. How are we all doing today? It's fantastic to see the first 4 people in the chat who got themselves coin today. That was Luke, Ian Atterbury, Joker's Wild, and Davinia Robbins as well. So a massive congratulations to all four of you there, and a massive hello to everybody else we've got in the chat with us. We're a little bit late tonight, guys, so we're going to keep things moving as quickly as possible, and we'll start off with the spot prices. So as we can see, great week across the board. We've got gold currently sat at £2,654.05, which is an increase of £97.04 or 3.8%. On the dollar, it's now sitting at $3,585.56, which is an increase of $132.36 or 3.83%. Silver's now sat at £30.59. I've been saying it all year, guys. We were going to see 30 quid an ounce on silver this year, and here we are. It is currently sat at £30.59. We are still at all-time highs with silver, which is absolutely fantastic to see. And it's an increase this week of £1.12 on the ounce, or 3.8%. On the dollar, it's at $41.33, which is an increase of $1.54 or 3.87%. Platinum is currently sat at £1,028.73, which is an increase of £3.62 or 0.35%. On the dollar, it's currently sat at $1,389.79, which is an increase, of $5.40 or 0.39%. So absolutely great week for precious metals across the board there. I don't do rhodium, osmium and platinum. Palladium. I only do the standard 3, gold, silver and platinum, unfortunately there, Jerry, but I might look into that going forwards. Right, okay, let's do announcements, because I've got 2 announcements to make tonight. One is very important, hugely important announcement to make first off, guys, and that is congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Shiny Stacker. They have now tied the notch and got hitched. I think they got hitched today, actually. So I want to say a massive congratulations to both Mr. and Mrs. Shiny Stacker. I hope you have a fantastic honeymoon and a wonderful rest of your lives together. After that, we've got, of course, Silverpunk's Sunday night auction this weekend. It's going to be tomorrow night, Sunday the 7th of September at 8 PM UK time. As you can see from the right of the screen right there, we've got some absolutely fantastic pieces up for grabs this time. So if you are a fan of Silverpunk's poured pieces, definitely get yourself over there. Or if you just want to join in and have a good old chat as well, I highly recommend it. Of course, before the auction at 8 PM, we are going to have Stacking with Craven, which I think will be starting at 5 PM tomorrow, which gives him plenty of time before Silverpunk starts at 8. That's a swanky tie TSC's win. Thank you very much, Lee. It's always a pleasure to see you here, my friend. Are you camping this weekend, mate? You out in the woods talking to us, or have you not bothered this week? I remember turning my nose up at a 1 oz bar of silver years ago because I thought 10 quid was too much to pay. Yeah, absolutely, mate. There you go. Just go to show, doesn't it? Wow, congratulations to both from Joker's Wild, absolutely. Did rhodium, osmium write that first day murder book? I don't know. Nice one, Shiny. Oh, Mr. Kiwi, that's incredibly kind of you. Thank you so very much. He's just dropped a £10 super chat right there. I really do appreciate that, my friend. TSC looking sharp as always. Thank you very much, CY, my friend. I really do appreciate that as well. Oi, oi, metalhead and muckers, says Mercian. It's great to see you, Mercian. We've got one new release to look at from the Royal Mint, so shall we pop across and do that now? If I go into the black screen, here we go. We can see that we know it's getting towards the end of the year because we have next year's Lunar Year of a Horse coin released now from the Royal Mint. As you can see right here, we've got it in brilliant uncirculated, we've got it in 1/4 ounce gold, you've got it in 1 ounce gold proof, you've got it in 5 ounce gold, you've got it in 1/40 ounce gold, you've got it in 5 ounce silver, 1 ounce silver proof as well. Let's look at the BU for the details. The design's going to be the same on all of them, of course. And right here we have looks like a bit of a brooking bronco in front of the stables right there, with year of the horse at the top, 2026, and what I can only imagine is the Chinese symbol for the horse right there as well. On the obverse, we've got the standard Martin Jennings depiction of King Charles III with the legend Charles III by grace of God, King, Defender of the Faith, £5 2026. The denomination will vary, of course, from coin to coin. The silver, 1 ounce silver will be £2 on that one, I'm sure. £2 on that one, there we go. On the 5 ounce, let's just have a quick look. I'm not sure what they do on the 5 ounces. £10 on the 5 ounce. Nearly said £5, so I'm glad I didn't. But £10 on the 5 ounce, and then on the 1 ounce gold, you've got a denomination. Not that it matters, of course, but just out of interest. On the 1 ounce gold, you've got a denomination of £100 right there as well. A nice coin, definitely a good one for those who are into the lunar series. I probably will pick one of those up for myself for my stack, with there being just one per year. It's not a difficult series to do. Let's get rid of that. No, get rid of that right there and put that back. There we go. The best King Charles depiction is on the Falklands. Oh, I'll have to have a look at that one, buddy. I'm not sure which one that is. I quite like the Dan Thorne the Australians use, but then again, I'm just more of a fan of Queen Elizabeth than anything anyway, mate. Any ideas when the Norse locally is released? No ideas as of yet, my friend. Yes, for those who are after the antique bars, they are very sought after, aren't they? I'll be definitely getting the standard Royal Mint version of that to go with the other couple. I've got the Thor and the Odin. Yeah, if I get if I find out when they're looking to release that, I will certainly let you know. On the Falkland, he looks like a gent. Well, they've done well there then. The Falkland Islands have done well there to get King Charles looking like a gent for sure. Is Stephen here, is it? Great to see you, Stephen, and Coy Noob as well, and addicted to precious metals. My good friend. We need to get talking, APM. It's going to be soon. We need to start putting together this year's Christmas special. I hope you know you're going to be hosting it with me, APM. That is a tradition I have no intention of coming away from. The Christmas special is with me and NPM every year, and that's just where I want it to stay. Right, okay, what's this for you? I've 1 bar of signal. Yeah, well, socks. Hey, beautiful people. Yeah, good to know you're out there, mate, and glad to know we can keep you company for a little bit while you're under those stores. I've kind of been missing camping a little bit recently. I might have to get out there myself. Nowadays, I'd rather just be camped out in my bivvy next to a lake doing a bit of fishing overnight, to be fair. But yeah, but I think that's about it for announcements. We've done the new release from Royal Mint. We've done the spot prices. We've done the announcements. I've still got Punk's thing up there. Let me put my camera back on. There we go. Yeah, fantastic. So that's about all I've got to go through there. I have one package to open for you all, guys. It's not come through the post. This was given to me in person last Sunday by the one and only 𝗵𝗵𝗃𝗃. Just popping in to say quick hello to everyone and just a little lad's jolly to Prague at the minute. Oh, fantastic. Have a great time, APM. And yeah, I hope you return safely. And like I say, you will be joining me for this Christmas special. I will be getting my own back on you for the present you sent me on the last Christmas special. I haven't quite thought of what I'm going to do yet, but I will be getting you back. Just you wait, my friend. Right, okay, so as I say, this was given to me by the one and the only 𝗵𝗵𝗃𝗃, our own resident sniper right here. Looks like we've got a couple of different styles. Here we go. So he's had a new poker chip done. We've got the thoughtful stacker established 2025 right there with Stackers Social on the other side. You've also got a couple of stickers right here because he sent me 2 types. One's his logo of the thoughtful stacker. Right here, that's a thoughtful stacker right there, and the other one is a little bit of a name he's got himself, as being the resident sniper down at my Monday night auctions, guys. He's one of the best snipers out there, Odin is. You've got to watch him, you really have. So there's that. He's also had some of these made up, which I think are absolutely fantastic. These are 1,000 Gs or 1,000 guineas. the bank of a thoughtful stacker right there. Absolutely love those, Ian. They're fantastic, mate. They really are. So that's going to go into the duck race bundle. And he's also, as well as that, because he's such an incredibly generous guy, he's sent across a few 1 ounce copper rounds for me to include into the duck races as well, guys. So I've got a 1 ounce Year of the Dragon right here. I'm going to throw in right there as well. But we'll go through the duck race in a moment. I need to take a drink. I've eaten earlier today and it was a bit salty and it's left me with a really dry, salty mouth, which is quite awful, really. Around the start of December, bits and sovs, we get plenty of time to sort it all. Is that Secret Santa, is it? I'll be releasing Secret Santa fairly soon. Let me just have a look. I just assume that is. Talk about Exodus. When do you decide the Secret Santa? Well, I don't decide anything, mate. It's a Secret Santa. I don't decide anything. But I'll in the next few weeks, probably around October time, I'll let people know to email me if they want to be involved. We use a website. It's the same one we've been using for the last couple of years. I put your details into the website, and then I will. You have to wait until everybody's entered. It's very tempting to draw your name, but you have to give us time for everyone to enter before you draw your name. And then what we normally do, say around the 1st of December, we'll draw the names, and then you automatically find out who you've got as your Secret Santa. Nobody else knows at that point, not even me. I find out afterwards, after the reveal day, I find out who got who. Yeah, all you do is you send them a gift. You tell them when you send the gift, you let them know who it's from. We've had a bit of confusion on that in the past. Yeah, let them know who it's from so they can give you a bit of a shout out and a thank you on a video, etc. But it'll be a lot of fun. Just bear with us on that one, mate, and we'll put out an announcement a little sooner to the time. What's this then? I've been cutting out table salt for the last couple of days. I don't have table salt. It's just I've just been eating something that had quite a bit of salt in it. I'll be joining up again. It was great. Oh, it's been fun the last few years, to be honest with you guys. It's always been a lot of fun. So do consider getting involved. All we say normally is it's for people in the UK. And people with stacking channels in the UK, so we can do the unboxing videos, etc, etc. But it is a lot of fun, so please do get involved. Twice he said Christmas now 3 times, and it's no, it's not till the 1st of December, Mr. UK, Mr. Nerd UK. You know what I'm talking about, and I know what you're talking about. And not until the 1st of December. You've been told. You have been warned, sunshine. All right, you keep that photo away. People could be having the tea, nerd. It's 7 PM on a Saturday. People could be eating. What's wrong with you, man? What is wrong with you? Table salt is a good source of iodine. Yes, it is. Yes, you're not wrong. I need to cut out salt. Think my blood pressure is too high. Fair enough. Top tips for starting a stacking channel. Well, I mean, what do you want to know, really? All you need, you don't need a lot for a start a channel these days. Normally a mobile phone's more than enough. You can use a free mobile app such as CapCut to do your editing if you don't have a PC. If you do have a PC, there's a fantastic program out there called DaVinci Resolve, which is a completely free video editor. You know, find somewhere to do a bit of a backdrop, put a few pieces out, and just get creating, mate. That's the main thing. You know, just try a few things out, see what works for you, what doesn't work for you, that kind of thing. But same as say, there's loads of free tools out there such as CapCut, DaVinci Resolve. You know, you can use AI generators for thumbnails on logo designs, that kind of thing. So yeah, just if you've got any more specific questions, feel free to pop them into the chat, mate, and I'll be more than happy to answer them as best as I can, and I'm sure other people in the chat as well. Another announcement is we've got a new coin stand size being released very soon, guys. I don't have the actual product to show you just yet, but Tech has given us a bit of a spoiler in Stack Chat Interact, and this is going to be the new size, and these are going to be for 1 kilogram coins. So for huge coins, we've pretty much got the whole spectrum covered. Apart from that, we've got mini, micro, small, large, extra large, and now we're going to have giant for your 1 kilo coins. So definitely keep your eyes out for those, guys. I will let you know when they're available in the shop. You watch Sandy will get Mankini and demonstrate in circulated photo, and I defo don't want that to spoil my Christmas. Absolutely. You know, we don't need that. First step is the hardest. Definitely, the first step is very much the hardest, Jerry. You know, is getting over that hurdle and just filming something and, you know, getting going with it. I absolutely agree with you there. Once you've started, it's, you know, you've got that momentum and it's easy to keep pushing, but you know, to take that first step can be very, very difficult, mate. It can be very daunting as well. But one of the great things about this community is how supportive it is, and especially to new creators as well. And all you need to do as a new creator is just drop your details of your channel in your first video in Stackers Social, and you'll get loads of support, mate. I can promise you that. Time to head back out. Have a great night, or much love to TSC and everyone else. You take care, APM, and have a great lads trip in Prague, mate. Jerry, I just got an iPhone and I press record and upload it. There you go. That's it. It can be as easy as that. You know, it's all down to you and what you want to do with your channel, mate, more than anything. I'd love to have a channel, but I'm too lazy and I'd come across as being anal. Yeah, well, I mean, I do, so what's the problem with that, mate? On the plus side, the community is awesome. Absolutely it is. You get so much support in this community, especially as a new creator. You really do. So I highly recommend it. And you know, if you create a channel and drop your first video, mate, let me know. Send me the link, and I'll definitely give it a share for you, and see if we can get you you know, a few people to get you starting on your way, as it were. I find it harder to keep it up, says Al. Yeah, I mean, it can be difficult. It can be difficult. I can tell you tonight, I didn't really want to do this tonight, guys. You know, for no particular reason. Well, I mean, one reason. If I'm going to be honest with you about something, guys, I've not been feeling good the last couple of days. Nerd mentioned it earlier in the live chat. I did a live stream the other day, and it kind of kicked my confidence a bit. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. It kind of did knock my confidence a bit. I did my gold exclusive members live stream, and it's something I've been dreading since I first started the channel, or first started doing live streams anyway. And it was performing a live stream to literally nobody. Because when I started the live stream, there was nobody there, and I sent the link out, and it's nobody's fault. I get that. People have lives and they get busy, and this isn't me pointing the finger of blame in any way, shape or form. But I sat there, and, you know, I was waiting, and normally I just wait till 1 or 2 people come to the live chat, and then I'll come in on the gold exclusive ones, because it's a much smaller audience anyway. There's only like 10 gold members, so at the most we could only have 10 in there. And I'm sat there for about 30-40 minutes just waiting, and no one was coming in. I was like, oh well, I've got to do it. I've got to do it. So I started it and didn't really know what to say, and yeah, it was so difficult. It was so difficult, but it was also, you know, you know, to do that and do a live stream and have nobody there. And don't get me wrong, someone did pop in. 𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀, bless him. He was able to come in and join me, and he was trying to chat with me while he was driving, probably because he felt so sorry for me. But yeah, it was very difficult, very, very difficult, and he just left me a little bit demoralised. And I think that's one of the reasons why I could easily have just put my feet up and had tonight in front of the telly. I really, really could have done, guys. I'm tired as it is. I've not been sleeping well the last couple of nights. I've had trouble with 𝗫𝗶𝗫, which has been keeping me awake. Hence the baggage under my eyes, which is just about enough baggage to take a small family of 4 on a 2-week trip to the Algarve. So yeah, if I do look tired, that's why. But yeah, there was a bit. I mean, it's something I dreaded, 𝗫𝗫, since the very beginning of the channel. I always thought, you know, I'll try and do a live stream and no one will be there. And it's never been an issue, but yeah, on Thursday it did. And there was a lot of things that, and don't get me wrong, I know for a fact there's a lot of things that led to it. Like, one was the fact I didn't get a chance to do it when I initially intended to do it. So there wasn't a lot of notice given to people about when I was going to be doing the live stream. And it's always difficult on the live streams because OBS doesn't really have a facility to do members only. So I have to create the live stream as a private. Then I have to go into it, manually amend it in YouTube to members only. And because I do it that way, it doesn't send out a notification when I turn it to members only. So I have to put a little community post out there, which I get, you know, you can miss very easily. So yeah, it was just one of those things. It was, guys. That's the only trouble with gold lives, but don't let it get you down, mate. We all love you, mate, and we all know this is the only live that counts. Well, I wouldn't say it's the only live that counts, but it's the main live. It is the main live. And same as say, it is what it is, mate. It is what it is. It's just one of those things. It just left me a bit bit bummed out as it was. But you know, what can you do? You can't, you know. Once these things happen, they happen. You have to get up and carry on. If you wallow in self-pity, then that's, you know, that's how things get to you. You can't do that. You just got to keep going, guys. That's all I can say. No, I feel bad. Don't feel, no, this is not about me trying to make any of you feel guilty, and please don't, mate, please don't. But I got the notice about 30 minutes after it started, and I was going to jump on, but mate, honestly, look, it don't matter. It don't matter. You know, you don't need to excuse yourself, mate. You know, it is what it is, Mr. Kiwi, and please do not feel guilty in any respect. I just feel guilty that 𝗵𝗏𝗏 bloody won the gold members giveaway for the third month in the row, guys. Third month in a row, 𝗵𝗏𝗏 has taken, that's 3 ounce coins, 3 1 ounce coins 𝗵𝗏𝗏 has taken out of me. So yeah, you know, Jim said he doesn't want to be included next time. I can't not include him because he is a valid gold member. But if 𝗵𝗏𝗏 wins again, I'm giving away another. I'll give 2 ounces out, and I'll find someone else. We're having a different person win an ounce of silver next month, guys. End of. I don't care what I have to do. It's happening. Can you not do the gold live in Discord? No, because it's only for gold members. That's the point of it, Nessie. It's a perk. As part of gold membership, so I've got no trouble doing it in Discord, but it's only open to people who pay for the gold membership. I allow it to be watched back by people on silver after it's live, but the stream itself is only for gold members. But same as say, it is what it is. You know, we'll sort it out going forwards. We are a tiny community, gold at an all-time high, and almost nobody in the mainstream is talking about it. WTF. Gold and silver. Gold and silver, both up there, guys. Both up there right now. And the mainstream aren't talking about it yet. But, as we know, when the mainstream talking about it, that's when it's too late, guys. That's when it's too late. When you start hearing about things from the mainstream, you know, you've lost all the fantastic gains you have. But you'll start hearing about it in the mainstream soon. You really, really will. But yeah, what a fantastic time it is for precious metals right now. I think you missed 1 week in 6 months. We've been watching. Don't put so much pressure on yourself. You're a star. Well, my PC blew up, so yeah, I couldn't do that week. But I do try and do every week. Even if I'm rough, even if I'm tired, I can't always do a 3-4 hour live stream. But I will always come on and try and do at least an hour and a half with you guys. You know what I mean? So you know, that's a commitment I've made to you guys. You know, it's the hardest thing about this, you know, that Craven will tell you it's the same thing for him as well. He does every week, but you know, doing it for 2 years has been a bit of a struggle. For sure, that's been the hardest thing is being here every Saturday. I used to go fishing on a Saturday night. I do kind of miss that. I need to start doing that on a different night of the week. Because I've not done any fishing really this year, and it used to be a big hobby of mine. But yeah, I don't begrudge it. Don't get me wrong, I don't begrudge it in any way. It's just some weeks, you know what it's like. Some Saturdays you're at an end of a long week and you just want to put your feet up and relax for a bit, don't you? But you know, I love coming here with you guys anyway. I'm not a member, or you know I would be. Oh, thanks, BBA, mate. I appreciate that. But same as I say, guys, you know, it is what it is. It is. Let's have a look. Okay. Well, you've got 53 people here who want to be. Oh, I see it. Cheers, Griff. And by the way, Griff, I'm just a bit busy right now. Don't worry. I will beat you again. Just give me a few days, all right? I'm a little bit busy right now. I will come back and beat you again. Don't you worry about that, mate. Don't think I've missed your little your third little effort of the 𝗖𝗺𝗺 1 minute challenge. It's not going unnoticed. And it's on the back burner. I will get there. I'll get to it, mate. But no, congratulations, Griff. 28. Now, the current record for the 𝗖𝗺𝗺 1 minute challenge. And what this is, if you've got a 𝗖𝗺𝗺 of any type, it's a challenge to see how many pieces you can. I was going to say how many pieces of silver, but if you're loaded enough to have enough pieces of gold, you can use gold as well if you want. There's no, you know, it's just how many pieces can you test with one of his 𝗖𝗺𝗺 machines in under a minute. Now, Griff started that off not as a challenge. He just did it. Well, he did it as a challenge to himself quite a while ago, and he managed to do 19. I think it was back then, and he passed the challenge on to me, and I nearly did 23. I did 22. And then, you know, that was it. I beat him, and then before I knew it, I went to bed. Before I knew it, next morning, he'd already done another video where he'd taken it to 23, and I woke up and I was like, "Is it now? Is it? Is that what it is, Griff? Is it? Okay, right. Secretary, clear my plans this morning. I know what I'm going to be doing." So I sat down there. I was like, "Right, is it 23?" Went at it, did 27. And Griff has come back with another video, and he's done 28 now. So it's currently sat at 28. But on my last video, I did 27 because I actually only brought 27 bars out. That's all I had there. I didn't think I'd need more than that. And I kind of slowed down a little bit at the end. So I think I've got a little bit more to give. I do think there's a little bit more juice in the tank. So I think, mate, I'm gonna have another crack to try and see if I can beat you at 28. But I think after that, if I beat you and you beat me again, I'm just gonna give you the title after that, mate. I think because I'm a bit busy, but no, great work so far. Griff has got the title. I need to regain it off him before I can keep boasting. So don't worry, Griff. I definitely do intend to come at you on that one. Never been on a live stream. You not there harder? Yeah, absolutely, Danny. BB-8 is #1 supporter in this community for sure. Quick question. I watched your Goldbacks video, and I'm starting to collect a collection of Alpha series from each state. You have yours in well-sized plastic sleeves. Where do you get them? I got them on the internet, I think, mate. I think I got them on the internet. I might have a couple of spare ones, Mercy. And how many are you after, mate? Send me a message on Stack Social. And if I've got a few spare, I'll send some down to you, mate. That's no trouble at all. Let's have a look. If people want to pay you gold membership but don't want the exclusive live stream, that's on them. Well, yeah. Exactly. I mean, you get the giveaway as well, and it's always at least an ounce of silver. This last one was a 1 ounce Ethereum round, and then Jim's won some other pieces off me before that as well. I think 𝗪𝗪𝗔 once won one off me in that as well. Let's have a look. Actually, let's have a look. Where are we? Duck race winners we've had. Yeah, so on the golds, Baron's won one. 𝗵𝗵𝗁 won one, not 𝗪𝗪𝗔, so I'm thinking of Baron. Nerd UK won one, and then Jim. And guess who's going to win it next month? Jim. And the month after that is going to be Jim, because the Italian brain rot race just loves Jim for some reason. I don't know what it is, but he does well on it. Gold and silver will become unobtainium. Yeah, well, gold for sure if it keeps going the way it is. Mercy DM me on Discord. I have someone says 𝗂𝗏𝗏𝗏. There you go, mate. There you go. I'm 15 weeks in. I respect what you've achieved, TSC. Oh, thank you, Craven. Thank you. It does get, mate. I warn you now. There'll be some weeks where it's harder than others because you're just tired. You know, you're just tired. But you're doing a fantastic job on yours on a Sunday, mate. So do keep up at it, mate. Give yourself a break. Yeah, I wish, Nessie. I'm only going to do a short. It's only going to be a short one tonight anyway, so it's going to be a bit of a break. My mouth is so salty and dry. I had a bit of salted caramel earlier, and I had, what else did I have? A couple of packets of crisps, ready salted crisps, and then some bit of salted caramel dairy milk. And my word, the saltiness of it. I'm not a big lover of salt as it is, so yeah, can't stop drinking. I can't. Snacking with Caravan, that's it for sure. Nah, I'm in the champion, and that's right, mate. All right. You want to boast, do you? Griff, round 1, I won. Round 2, I won. Round 3, I just haven't had a go yet, mate. If you want me to beat you again, I'll beat you again, Griff. It's all good. I've done it twice already, so just give me a couple of days, and that'll be done for you, mate. Don't worry about that. Where are we now? Let's have a look. Should we be calling the Guinness Book of Records? What's that for? The saltiest mouth on planet? Maybe, I don't know. Let's have a look. Where are we? 4th year of YouTube for me this month. Well done, BBA. Well done, mate. I put a video on my channel a while back. I think I did 39 or more. I will dust it off. I made it after Griff's first video. There you go, 39 then. 39 for Mr. Kiwi. That is a number and a half, mate. 26 likes to go. He sings, yeah, if you get to 50 likes, I'll tell you how good you all are. And then Queen Nessie will have a go at me, because she always does. No need Nessie. Bullying me. How many we had? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. How many we had? There we go. That's my own voice. Now I want to listen to that. 28. We need another 22 to go. Think this silver checking has been a little sloppy. You need a 𝗕𝗂𝘀𝗵𝗿𝗲 type to check you both. Well, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I wasn't going to mention it, but Griff definitely cheated on a couple of his during his last video. There was one or two. He didn't wait for it to settle. He just moved on, and I can show you that on the video if you want to see it. But I'm not going to play those games. I'm not playing those games. I'm just going to do another video. I'm just going to beat him straight up. So don't worry about that, guys. We'll let him keep 28. That's no trouble at all. I've got no doubts I can take that. I've pretty much stopped buying physical gold and silver for the time being since February. I've been getting my dopamine hits by piling into gold and silver mining stocks with an ISA. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. I know there's a very controversial topic. I'm not against, gold and silver stocks. Mining stocks are great as well because you ain't getting gold and silver without mining it. That's where it comes from. And, you can do very well through that. But I'm very open to gold stocks because, if you trust the brokerage, you're using, there's no real danger to gold stock. It's tracked on exactly the same value as physical gold is. So it doesn't matter if it's physical gold or paper gold. It'll go up the same and come down the same. The only thing you have on gold stocks is with zero premium, literally zero premium. You're not buying it anything above spot, you're just literally buying it exactly at spot. So I personally have time for gold and silver stocks, but that being said, something just a bit special about physical gold and silver, isn't there? Just having it there to hold in your hand and to have to look at. There is something a little bit special about that. I would never come away from physical gold and silver, that's for sure. Where are we? Smart move, Mick. Absolutely, 100%. I've been buying more silver lately. Can't fault you, 𝗕𝗂𝗀𝗀. Silver's proven itself to be more and more of an asset, whereas before it was looked at as more of a edge against inflation kind of thing. More of a safe, a place to park your money. It's becoming more and more of an investment, and if we keep seeing gains the way we are, absolutely for sure. I didn't notice Griff doing that, but I did notice you doing that, Mr. TSC. You noticed me doing what, Mr. Nerd UK? What did you notice me doing? Let me know, and I will prove you wrong. Don't hold it, don't own it. Well, I mean, look, I get that, but if I buy gold stock, hold it for 10 years, sell it, I've still made money off it. It doesn't matter if it doesn't matter if you think you don't own it, you don't hold it. You can still, if you're looking at something for investment, I can still absolutely make money off of paper, gold, and silver. You don't have to hold it to make money off it if you're looking at it as an investment. But I mean, I understand what you're saying. But when you look at things purely as an investment standpoint, I want to make as much money off it as I possibly can do. You know what I mean? And if I'll be honest with you, if I was looking at gold and silver just as an investment, I would be leaned more towards the stocks for that one reason. There's literally no premium on them, and I would use a brokerage that I would be more than confident to use. There's some fantastic brokerages out there. eToro, Trading 212. There's plenty of others as well. Fidelity, Hargreaves, loads and loads of brokerages out there that I've been going for many years. They're in no risk of collapse. And same as I say, when you're looking at, you're not looking at the stock market, you're not looking at anything else like, you're not looking at the economy, you're just looking at tracking the price of gold and silver. Yes, ETFs, they track the price of gold and silver, but that's the same on all ETFs. And I just, I'm not afraid to put money into silver and gold stock. I think it's a great way to invest some money. It's each to their own, of course, but I don't see a massive problem with it personally. Royal Mint Silver proofs raccoon. I'm not sure what you mean there, 𝗕𝗂𝗀𝗀. I've got a gold, silver, and copper mining stocks, Mick. I can't fault you there, Mick. Really can't. Got all Beatrix Potter coins except 2016. Oh, fantastic work, 𝗕𝗂𝗀𝗀. Mining stocks are buying gold in the ground, but with contemporary counterparty risk. Yeah. I mean, it's a strong investment. Mining companies are. They are a strong investment for sure. Bought 12 silver proofs in the last 2 weeks. Fantastic work. Davinia. Well done. I bet you were asked this question umpteen times already. If you only could buy one now with £1,000, gold or silver. It's difficult to say, mate, right now. It's difficult to say because when you're looking at it as an investment, it doesn't matter what the cost is. It doesn't matter that gold's worth like 2,650 quid. You know, you're looking at how much it's going to go up. And if we look at just for last week, gold's gone up 3.8%, and guess what? Silver's gone up 3.8%. So if this time last week, if you bought £1,000 worth of gold stocks and £1,000 worth of silver stocks, right now you would have gained the same amount of money off of both, because you would have gained 3.8% of £1,000. So it's very, very difficult right now to pick gold or silver, because we're seeing very, very similar growth in both assets. You know, and same to say, it's that percentage increase which matters the most when it comes to an investment. Now, as a non-investment kind of collector, and I am certain this is where I get into the physical metals, more of as a collector than anything. As a collector, I would definitely look to get £1,000 worth of silver, just because I would have that much more silver in front of me to enjoy than you know, a half and a quarter sovereign, something like that, which you're going to get for £1,000. You know what I mean? So yeah, as an investment, it's very difficult right now because we're seeing identical gains across both gold and silver. But as a collector, definitely silver, 100%. Beatrix Lestrange, I love Beatrix Lestrange. Who was it? Helena Bottom Carter. She did a fantastic job of portraying her. Let's have a look. Oh, I was thinking Harry Potter, said Silver Serpent. Yeah, of course, Beatrix Lestrange from Harry Potter. You're in the shop right now, and it's the last purchase you will ever make. Oh, geez, I don't know. Probably just whatever's in front of me, knowing me. I'd probably make the worst purchase ever and be stuck with it for the rest of my life, mate, but I don't know. Let's have a look. Hey to BBA from John Clayton. Return quicker on gold. How do you mean return quick on gold? I mean, in the last week, absolutely not, because, you know, like I've just gone into detail of, you've had exactly the same returns on gold, exactly the same, 3.8%, and it doesn't matter what your start point of, it doesn't matter what your end point is. If you're looking at it as an investment, you're looking at £1,000 investment, it would have been exactly the same return on both gold and silver. It would have been, you would have had 3.8%, which is what, 38 quid is what you would have gained on both of them, because it, you know, it goes on your percentage increase, not on your overall price per asset, because you're looking at fractional investing anyway. So you know, it's the full price of an ounce is irrelevant at that point. You make your money back on gold quicker. Well, I mean, that is literally the point I've just made, Davinia. In the last week, absolutely not. Absolutely not. The silver has equalled gold last week at 3.8%, exactly the same. Now, the week before that, gold was very, very slightly better. You had 2.41 on gold and 2.08 on silver. The week before that, you had a gain, 2.26, I do apologise, on silver, so even closer. And then before that, you had a week loss on gold and a 0.88% increase on silver. So right now, silver is your better investment over the last 3 weeks. You would have seen a better return on silver. Now you don't. Yeah, but this is what I'm saying, Davinia. You don't know. Historically, yes, but you know, past events are no indication to future results. You know, so yes, historically that has been the case, but we are seeing that start to match a lot closer. So going forward, you don't know. We may in the next couple of 2-3 weeks, we might see silver outperform gold. It may continue to happen that way going forwards. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and make predictions like that, because I don't have that kind of expertise. But I get what you're saying. You know, historically, gold's always done better, and gold is one of the best investments out there, and I think for the last 10 years it is the number one investment out there. So you're absolutely right, but what I'm saying is, if we look at what's actually happening right now, we're seeing that gap get a lot closer. So I can't guarantee if you put £1,000 into gold right now and left it a month, I can't guarantee you would do better in gold than you would in silver. But I do understand what you're saying. I like silver. It's an art of investing in the metal and in the form. Yeah, and I do too. I do too. Which is why I've got hundreds of ounces of physical silver. I mean, that is a reason. You know, same as I say, I pay that premium because I think there's something special about having it in physical silver. I really do, and especially some of the older pieces, some of the pre-decimal pieces with all the history they have to them, etc. You know, I think you know, as investments go, physical precious metals are a little bit special. You know, it's hard to find a different investment out there that just it brings as much happiness to your life as physical gold and silver does, and which is why I will always say it's definitely one of the best investments out there. You know, it's counterintuitive, because one of the golden rules of investing is to never get emotionally attached to an investment. You know, you're supposed to not have any emotional ties to your investment whatsoever. It should be as easy as that to sell it when you need to sell it. Silver and gold, they're kind of a little bit different, and one of the good things about them is it causes, for me anyway, because we're all a little bit different, but for me anyway, it causes my investment to grow that much better, because I really do not want to sell it. I really, you know, people know I sell on a Monday in the auctions. I keep my own personal collection very, very separate to the pieces I sell. And sometimes I find it very difficult to sell the pieces I sell. Sometimes I really regret selling the pieces I sell. One of the things I regret the most is a Chilean coin that 𝗫𝗔 bought off me. It's not a massive coin. It was about the size of a florin. It was 720 silver, and it had a beautiful, beautiful depiction of a vulture on the coin, and it was in fantastic condition. And yeah, that funny enough is the one I most regret selling out of all of them. But yeah, gold and silver, physical gold and silver, there's just something a little bit special about them. There really is. Once someone big stands for delivery on silver, the price suppression will break, and then it achieves its proper value again. Well, it's important to remember that silver is more valuable now than it's ever been ever. You know, so you know, I know people talk about the ratio, the gold to silver ratio. I don't get too caught up in that. I think that is very, you know, can be very irrelevant, and I definitely think it's becoming more and more irrelevant, the ratio to gold and silver, because there's less and less tying them to each other. You know, yes, historically silver was worth a lot more closer to what gold is as a ratio than it is now, but I just think that's because the two metals are being used in different ways, and we're seeing different types of investment strategies through the both, and you know, so I don't think we'll ever see the ratio go back to what it once was. I think, you know, that has happened now, and it is what it is. But again, you know, who knows? I don't know everything. This is just what I think's going to happen. But yeah, you know, they used to be a lot more intrinsically linked to each other, gold and silver, than they are now. I like gold when I can. Yeah, gold's great, don't get me wrong. Defo silver based on the gold to silver ratio. How do you mean there, Brits and Southern? I'm not sure what you mean there, buddy. Mercy and silver is suppressed for industrial purposes. I don't know if it's, you know, I do think, I know what you're saying there, Ian, and I do think industry does regulate the price a lot, but I think it's a two-way street as well. I think, you know, it acts as a net on the price as well, the industrial usage of silver. It does help to increase the value, but then at the same time it does cause it to kind of stay where it is. It's the same thing as you see in any other industry you look at. Look at the dairy industry. You know, the supermarkets get to dictate how to the farmers, the people who are producing it. They get to dictate how much they're paying for stuff, and that's kind of what happens all across all industry. You know, the bigger the buyer, the more buying power they have, and you know, there's definitely an element to that there. What Ian's saying, for sure. I can easily sell my gold, but some of my silver I would struggle to let go. Yeah. Yeah, I get that. I get that. Which is why it's always a good idea, you know, to buy some. If you see cheap silver that you think's kind of ugly, that's for stuff to buy for weight stacking if you get it at the right price, because you can sell it easily. It don't wound you. You know those times where something's happened and you get a bill out of nowhere and you've got no other options. You've got to sell your silver. So it can be heartbreaking, can't it? Actually, letting go with some of your pieces. So yeah, it's always a good idea to have a few bits of silver that you can't stand the sight of, for sure. That's why mine and Sandy's silver stacking journey is different. Every coin is an investment for him. Everyone is a memory for me, especially our community pieces. Well, they will be the hardest to ever let go, Danny, for sure. Those pieces with a sentimental value as well. They will certainly be very, very difficult to get rid of. The emotion is the protection element. It should be the just resort. But I've sold silver that I've regretted, a Merlin 1 ounce Royal Minter. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, mate. I am sorry to hear that. But you've hit exactly what I was trying to get to earlier. That emotional attachment, it prevents you from selling it. So you won't sell it on a whim. You will sell it if you absolutely have to. You'll begrudgingly sell it for sure. But if you love it enough, you'll make sure it is one of those, like, oh, I've got no other option here, I've got to do it. And at that point, it's fantastic that you had it there to do it at that point, because the alternative is not having it and being on your arse and calling up a payday loan company or ringing a family member and, and who wants to be that guy begging, cap in hand, oh, I'm really, can you borrow me this? I'm on my arse. So having a nest egg in whatever form, whether it's physical gold or silver or whatever, is fantastic. It's just I see people having to sell pieces they love all the time in the community, and it's always a shame. It is always a shame. But on the other side of that blade is, it's fantastic that you did have it when you needed it. The gold-silver ratio changed because of the Industrial Revolution. Automation made extracting it require far less labour. But there's other reasons as well, Robot. That certainly has a large part to play into it. You've also got to remember that it's not as popular as it once was. Things like silverware and just silver trinkets and all. Or, imagine all the things that used to, not only money. Like there's a huge necessity for silver through coinage across the globe, and then the amount of things that you had in the household that were made out of silver, which you just don't really see that anymore, like you used to. And then, like you say, the Industrial Revolution definitely makes it a lot easier and require a far less labour to mine it, but that transcends to gold. All the things that made silver easier and less laborious and safer to mine applied to gold mines as well, and it makes gold easier and safer to mine as well. Of course, there's a lot more silver out there than gold, and that plays a lot of part into it. But I think there's although that is definitely a big part of it, Robert, I think there's other elements and aspects to it as well. But I mean, the bottom line is, I just personally don't think we'll ever see the return of that gold-silver ratio to what it once was, which was a lot closer than it is now. Very true, Ian, but every scam breaks in the end. What have I missed here by Ian? Yeah, I wouldn't say silver being suppressed for industrial purposes is a scam. That's more, that's, as I say, that leans more to the sheer buying power that these industrial elements have on silver. If they're buying the majority of the silver out there, and silver is now more an industrial metal than it is for anything else. Until very recently, the number one usage for silver was things like trinkets, jewellery, necklaces, bracelets, rings, silverware, silver, mirror, whatever, you know what I mean, sterling silver, bits and bobs, whatever they are. That used to be the number one usage for silver, and that has been overtaken now, and in industry is by far the number one use for silver in the modern day. So again, I don't think I won't really consider it as a scam, more as a, an industry restriction, which is what, like I said, you see it in every single industry. The people that are buying the majority of the stuff, they have a lot of buying power. And and what I mean by buying power is if Mr. Farmer says, right, I want to charge you £10, 10 pence an egg, and Mr. Morrison's turned around and says, well, tough luck, I'm paying you 5 pence per egg. Now, Mr. Morrison has Mr. Farmer has two choices. He can either say, all right, 5 pence an egg it is, you know, kick himself a little bit, moan about it till cars come home, but it's done. Or he can say, no, for my bloody eggs, I've told you 10 pence an egg, pay for 10 pence an egg, or get out of here. Now, what would happen there is Mr. Morrison's, with his billions and millions of pound orders for billions of eggs every year, would turn around and say, oh, sorry, what was the name of that other farmer just down the road? The one that was ringing me, wanting me to use him, and I said no because I use you. Oh yeah, I'll go to him, mate. I'll go to him. And then that farmer's just literally just been ruined by losing that one contract, because these contracts with these supermarkets are so insanely big. You know, they can dictate what they're paying to these people, because if they don't like it, I will go to somebody else who will pay me this, and you'll be the one making nothing off of it. And that's how industry has control over what gets spent on these materials across all industry. I'm using eggs because I know that's something that's been in the news fairly recently, and it's something we can kind of relate to, if you know what I mean. But it transcends across all other industries. Let's have a look. They can only suppress it so long. The above ground stockpile has been declining over the last 3 years, meaning they've been using more silver than they've been mining. Yes, that's true, but there's also massive amounts of silver that isn't touched at the moment. Like at the moment we do not recycle silver from most electricals. So silver isn't recycled from solar panels at all. So there's silver out there that when it becomes cost viable to do so, and the only reason we don't do that is because it's still cheaper to mine it out of the ground. Once it starts getting a bit more expensive, then it becomes cost viable, and we'll start looking to do things like recycle silver out of old solar panels. It's just not financially viable to do it right now. We've got the technology to do it. The silver's sat there waiting to be done. A lot of these solar panels, they don't get put to landfill, of course. They get dumped in like kind of solar panel graveyards. So there's a lot of silver out there that's still yet untouched and can be harvested should we need to do it. And I think, silver industry is always going to, we will, of course, don't get me wrong, we will see the cost of silver go up gradually. Absolutely we will, but industry will always put some element of brakes onto how much it does go up. I just think whilst ever silver is used for industrial purposes, that will always be the case to some extent. It's not going to it won't keep the price as it is now for sure. Don't get me wrong, the price, we will continue to see it going up. We won't see another crash in silver like we saw back in 2011. That's just not going to happen, in my opinion. I just cannot see that. And I think you're right in what you're saying that the cost of silver is going to keep going up. Like things like you're saying, if we're using more silver when we're mining, the only way we can do that right now is if we've got more silver than we need for industrial purposes right now, and there's places we can look for silver, such as old jewellery, old coinage that can get melted down, can get refined and turned back into 999 pure silver, etc., etc. So I don't think you're wrong in what you're saying, Brits and Sobbers. I just think industry will always have an effect on the price of silver, as well as seeing it go up over time. Better opportunity at the moment doesn't mean it will stay that way. I agree with you there. I think silver right now is a fantastic opportunity. I think right now it absolutely is. May not always stay that way. Now, what Bits and Bobs just said right there, sorry, Brits and Sobbs, not Bits and Bobs. What Brits and Sobbs just said right there is absolutely true. It's like we were saying earlier, what 𝗵𝗍𝗔 said, historically, gold has always performed much better than silver, but if you look locally over the last couple of weeks, last couple of months, actually silver's done just as well, if not better. So, what Brits and Sobbs said right there is absolutely true. What's right now isn't necessarily going to be right in 6 months' time. The economic environment is constantly changing, and you've got to adapt with it. If you see something happening out there that you think is going to affect the price of silver one way or the other, then make that decision quick before it's too late, kind of thing, if you know what I mean. Silver needs a long overdue revision to the mean, says Mick. I think buying the right silver is more profitable than buying bullion gold sovereigns. Yeah, I mean, that's right for sure. And I think, and I've said it before, something with numismatic value will always have more potential profit in it. Now, a lot of times with weight stackers, what we'll do is obviously when they look to cash out, they'll go to a dealer's, Atkinson's, Charge, even Royal Mint, etc., and they'll go and they'll pay them in, and they'll get paid spot per ounce, or roughly spot. A lot of dealers pay just below spot price per ounce when we're buying in, etc. But if you've got something, you know, with a little bit of numismatic appeal to it, then you're not looking to sell it at spot. I always say a perfect example, and one of the best things for budget stackers to get into are things like your series bullion coins, things like the kookaburras. They're a brilliant example because they're not massively expensive to buy when they come out. If you buy when you're keeping on top of them, you know, they cost an extra few quid to your standard, you know, your Britannia or whatever. For sure, they cost a few extra quid when you buy them new, but not massively. But if you now go and try and backstack the Kookaburra series from the start, there are coins you're going to have to pay hundreds of pounds for to do that, to get that full collection, because they're now so sought after as a collector's item that they get the money for it. So Jerry's 100% right there. It gets harder to liquidate that way. So it's always the case. The more you want for something, the harder it'll be to sell it. You'll have to wait longer. If you want full value of something, you may have to wait quite a while till the right person comes along to give you that full value for it. When I've said this before, when I do my auctions on Monday night, you know, I price things for quick sales. I know there are so many coins I've sold way undervalued, way undervalued, and I could have put their true book value on there, and I could have wanted the full value of that coin. But on the other side of that, a lot of those coins would probably still be in my shop right now, waiting for that right person to come along and buy it at the right price. Whereas me personally, I'd just rather sell it for a quick sale, take that money, go and get something else, and rinse and repeat, etc. So I think you're right there, Jerry. But it does, there's pros and cons to that. However, that being said, it has never been easier as it is right now to get rid of your silver. There's so many more means and ways to liquidate your silver right now. Things like Stacker's social marketplace, things like the Silver Forum, things like eBay, things like whatnot. There's all these platforms available now, but weren't there 10 years ago. When it comes to physical precious metals, the game's changed so much over the last 10, 20 years. It really has. What was right 20 years ago just isn't right anymore. It's a completely different world we're living in now, and it's never been easier as it is right now to sell silver. But that, as I say, the closer you want to full value, the harder it always will be to sell. Some pieces are just so sought after. You can ask whatever you want and we'll go, no trouble. But unfortunately, not every piece of silver is like that. I wish it was. We'd all be rich. Dairy industry, does that explain why gold top is more expensive than silver top? Nah. You're onto something there. You're onto something there, buddy boy. I'm not meant to tell you, but you're onto something. Wow, I didn't realise how far behind the chat I was getting here, guys. I don't think I'm going to have a chance to catch up. But I'll see how I can get on. Joker's Wild's leaving. He says, "So I got to go. I have a very sick dog. Oh no. Oh, mate. I'm so sorry, Jokers. Keep us posted, mate. And I hope it's all well. That's an awful thing to go through, my friend." Pickle the eggs and sell them for 15p each. 15p an egg's not a bad price right now, buddy. I'll tell you that. Thanks everyone who said hi, lol. Thanks you, Danny. Just waiting for work computer to log on before I drive to next patient. Selfer, I didn't see you there, mate, but a very warm welcome to you, my friend. It's great to have you here. Definitely working on it, Luke says CY. I've missed a few there, but I'm so far behind. We're just going to keep going. New technology just released. Jet washes silver out of solar panels using a chemical mix without breaking through the plastic. There you go. Like Mason said, that's new technology that's just been developed. As I said, what I said 15 minutes ago is now out of date. That's the world we live in, mate. That's the world we live in right now, where information can become obsolete just like that. Just like that. New things are being developed all the time, and that's fantastic. That is fantastic because it's been something that you know, people have known there's a wealth of silver. A lot of silver has gone to waste through solar panels. And up until now, it's not, you know, we haven't been doing anything about it, but it looks like that's about to change, which is fantastic news, that is, Mercy. In fact, let us know, mate. Check out Keith Wiener's Monetary Metals, not to be confused with Money Metals. I earn up to 4% on gold paid in gold with no storage or insurance fees. They've been around since 2012. Yeah, check them out, guys. This is not financial. All of this, guys, this is pub advice and should only be taken as pub advice. This is the equivalent of a pub chat on a Saturday night, guys. So, you know, I am not a financial advisor. You cannot get further from being a financial advisor as me. But, you know, do your own research and all that. But I'll always give help and advice wherever I can. Silver is either a good price or it's peak. I don't think it's peaked, Davinia. I don't think it's peaked. I think we're going to continue to see new growth in silver for sure. I do predict we'll see a bit of a slowdown, and the reason I predict we'll see a bit of a slowdown is because it's at a new time high, and that is going to be a very inviting time to people who's been investing in silver for some time to cash out and take, you know, even people who were invested in silver in 2011 when it was at its previous peak in the UK, even they are now in profit and taking out you know, inflation, etc. But there's never been a better time than right now to cash out on silver. So I do think we'll see some people who've been in silver for quite some time take this as an opportunity to cash out and get that profit, which could cause, depending on how many people take that advantage, that could cause a little bit of a dip. What normally happens then is you hit the floor, and then that prompts people to invest more in it because it's hit their auto buy-in price. I'm smacking my camera around. So I can foresee a little bit of slowing down right now, but I then do think we're going to see it start to go back up again afterwards. But who knows? It does feel a little bit bullish right now, doesn't it, silver? It does feel a little bit bullish right now. So I could be completely wrong, and we could see silver go on a bull run for sure. The only way to know that is to see where we are in a couple of weeks, really. Let's have a look. People trust in gold traditionally when the economy is bad. It's a phenomenal store of value. You're not wrong, Raccoon. Yeah, and people do trust in gold. But when times are bad, you absolutely do see people start to look at gold, especially physical gold, as a bit of a safe haven metal. That is for sure. That is 100% right, Raccoon. Hello everyone, hope you're well, and you too, Louise. How are you feeling? Are you still in the hospital? If so, have you got any update of when you'll be coming out? Because I do hope you'll be out soon. Bad time to buy platinum. Who knows? Who knows? Platinum's doing well at the moment, but you know, it's always a tricky one, isn't it, when things are riding high. But I think on all three precious metals, I think we're going to continue to see growth going forward. So I don't think it's a bad time to buy platinum. I don't look at platinum as much as I do on silver and gold. So I'm a bit out of the loop with platinum. I keep an update of the weekly prices through these stack charts for anybody who is in platinum, but that's pretty much the only thing I have to do with platinum. So I mean, I can sit here and I could tell you that when I started my spreadsheet, and I haven't got dates on them, unfortunately, but you know, we were sitting at just under 800 quid on platinum, and you know, that's what, about 6 months ago maybe. So I don't know. I don't think it's a bad time for platinum. I think, you know, platinum's got some legs. I personally stick more to gold and silver, and I wouldn't feel comfortable giving advice on platinum just because I just don't know that much about it, unfortunately. How are you feeling, Louise? Hope you're finally on the road to recovery from Danny. Yeah, for sure, 100%. 22 carat scrap value, about 75.22 currently. There you go, Davinia. Thanks for letting us know on that one. That will of course vary where you go, because a lot of times they don't necessarily give you bang on spot. They'll give you a couple of percent under or a couple of percent more. And they'll say things to you like, oh yeah, but it needs to be refined and there's costs to be in the refining process. We've got to take that into account. And generally what will happen is they'll give you like a little bit less than it's worth in scrap value. You'll walk past the window 2 weeks later and you'll see the exact same piece in the window marked up at retail value. It's always a way, but that's the name of the game. 1 second, guys. Oh dear, I had to mute there. I do apologise. Can I ask how you find selling on Whatnot compared to more traditional routes like eBay? That's from Ben TP. Yeah, great question, mate. I really like it. I really like Whatnot. I like everything about it. It suits me personally. Part of that is because I'm so used to doing live streaming. I didn't really think twice about doing the live streaming aspect of it. I can understand to somebody out there in the community, the idea of being live, selling your items might be extremely daunting, and I understand that. The fees and whatnot there's something to consider as well. It's an auction site, and all auction houses take their commission one way or the other, whether that's through fees, etc., etc. But me personally, I really like it. I love interacting, engaging with people when I'm running the auctions. It's a format that really works for me. Whatnot it's new over here, and it's taken a bit of getting used to, and there's right and wrong ways to look at Whatnot, and I say it so many times. If you're buying on Whatnot, use the custom bid button. Don't use the swipe to bid button. Use the custom bid button and put in your maximum bid. It won't bid directly to that value. It'll bid in increments up to that value. So it'll start off at the lowest possible bid, and then it will keep you in the lead up until the item bids to your maximum bid amount. Use a pre-bid where you can. I've seen a lot of people pick up great price items through using the pre-bid function if it's available. I always leave that available on my auctions. I find, the whole listing on Whatnot, etc., I think is quite easy, quite streamlined that way. And I think more and more people are getting used to Whatnot and how it works and how to use it. And I think, that's making it a lot better as well. I also, and this is down to the individuals, you're adults, and I'm not going to tell you how to live your lives because you're perfectly entitled to do that however you wish. But my personal advice would be stay away from the spin wheel games. It's a gamble. Basically, we're not spin wheels anymore. It's the surprise sets, isn't it? So what will happen is, imagine I've got 20 different items in my auction, and they range from like shillings that are worth £3 up to a 1 gram piece of gold that's worth 120 quid or whatever, right? And you don't know what you're bidding on. So the first surprise set could be any one of my items from the shilling to the gold, and say it bids up to 20 quid, and then you find out, okay, if it turned out that was 1 ounce piece. Oh, right, that's done brilliantly. 20 quid, 1 ounce piece, I've done really well on that one. So you do the next one, surprise set, and it bids up to 25 quid. And you won a shilling. That's worth £3, you know what I mean? But then you keep going, and then you end up winning a gram of gold for 40 quid or whatever. There's a risk element to it. And I just say you're better off sticking to the auctions where you know what you're bidding on and you know how much you're bidding on it. Now, again, like I said, if you like doing the surprise sets, feel free, but I recommend, using a bit of caution with those kind of things. 𝗂𝗧, how have you been? It has been a long time. It's fantastic to see you, my friend. The amazing 𝗂𝗧 from over in the States. Do check her out if you haven't done so already. eBay is dead at the moment. Yeah. I don't really look at eBay too much myself right now either. At least for selling, for sure, 𝗧𝗧, for sure. I'm afraid I've been in hospital for over a month now with autoimmune pancreatitis. Oh, Louise, I know you've been in for some time. I'm really sorry to hear it, and I do hope you said recently that you thought you might be coming out soon, didn't you? And I really do hope that's going to be the case. Hope you get well, yeah, for sure. or a lot of well wishes to Louise, which is fantastic to see, and we all do hope you're out of hospital really, really soon. So look, I used to be able to pick up the odd bit of gold bullion for 5 to 10% under spot from H&T pawnbrokers shops, but they charge way too much now. Yeah. I mean, when you come across things like that, you've got to jump on it. You've got to jump on it, because if you don't ask now, I mean, I've seen things like I've seen coins go at prices that have been incredible, and the worst thing is like you haven't got enough money to hand to buy it all. I buy as much as I can, but it's like, oh god, I wish I could buy it all, because by the time you get money, you go back, it's like, no, someone else has had it, someone else has come in and took it, because that's how it's going to be. If something's cheap enough, get it while you can, or someone else will swoop in. You're cutting down on the cigars. Well, I mean, I only have one a week. The more I talk, the less I smoke, really. My problem is I've been smoking cigarettes a little bit too much recently. I've been chain smoking a little bit too much. I had a lot of stress, and yeah, I've been smoking a bit too much there. So I need to. It's not the cigars that have a problem. It's for fags rest at week, really. So look, when silver goes up, we'll be harvesting it like street tips. Yeah, no, for sure. And I do think silver will go up. I absolutely agree with you there, mate, for sure. A lot of hellos to Thule, which is great to see. Stack Collector meant to say thanks for the mailcore video coming soon, my friend. Oh, thank you, Ned. I appreciate it. I've sent a few mailcores out. I'm still working my way through the list. There's too many of you these days, far too many of you. But if you haven't had a mailcore yet, bear with me, guys. Bear with me. 19 likes. Come on, guys. Let's get that song. Go on. Come on. Let me tell you how fantastically awesome you all are. So how far we are. We only need another 14 likes, guys. Another 14 and we've got there. Come on, we can do it. Lick the like button, guys. Come on. Lick the like. I wish platinum is collectible, doesn't tarnish or milk spot like silver. Well, it is collectible. It is collectible. Platinum for sure is collectible, but it's just you don't have as many people collecting it as what you do with silver and gold. But I get what you're saying there. I do get what you're saying there. It's like gold, gold doesn't tarnish, etc. Gold can spot. You get red spot in gold, which it's more, red spot affects older coins more than new coins. It can affect new coins, but it's when there's a concentrated area of copper in the alloy mixture that seeps through and you get a little red spot. You can clean it up and make it look like you can make it look better, but it will likely come back over time because that concentration of copper is still in the coin. But you can certainly do things that will make it look shiny and make it pretty much disappear into the rest of the coin. Looks better than gold, says Edward. Okay, my favourite's silver. I think silver looks best personally. Thanks everyone for your it's fantastic to see Louise. I love Whatnot. I win so much, says David. Great. I mean, I love Whatnot. I do. And these events they do, guys, honestly, you need to get involved in these events. In my last one, I sold a cartwheel 2p in very good to fine condition. I had that 50% off at 29 quid, which is insanely cheap. I did 3 of the Today Mint stackers at 40% off. They went for 2 of them went for less than spot price. Based on current spot price, all 3 of them went for less than spot price on Mint. Today Mint pieces. In fact, the female torso was still in the original bubble pack. So the events, even if you don't do Whatnot the rest of the time, it's always worthwhile going into Whatnot for the events. Somebody in my auction got 50 quid given to them by Whatnot in the last event as free credit for them to spend on whatever they want. So it really is a good. I think it's a fantastic place. Now, obviously, the sellers need to be judged on their own merit. Because, there's some bad sellers out there, don't get me wrong, and there have been bad sellers on Whatnot. There have been times Whatnot have had to come in and sort it out. But that's the thing I like about Whatnot. Even if you have a bad seller, Whatnot comes in and sorts it out for you. I love the fact that there's a lot of security for me with Whatnot. If I send you something through the post and say it never gets to you, and it doesn't update on the tracking system because everything's tracked through Whatnot as well. So say if you can see that I've sent it to the post office and then it just doesn't update through their system, it just goes missing. Whatnot comes in and covers that. they've got securities in place for that kind of situation. Now, if I was selling it directly, that would be a nightmare for me because I'd have to liaise with Royal Mint, probably get nowhere with them. I'd then have to claim costs back, replace the item to the person who bought it. And there's a lot of positives through Whatnot. The inventory tracking as well, because I've got literal thousands, like tens of thousands of old pre-decimal coins, like the non-silver, the cup nickel, half crowns, florins, shillings, sixpences, the brass threepenny bits, the old pennies, the old half pennies, etc., etc. Literally thousands of them. So the fact that I can just upload them onto Whatnot and then it updates every time one gets sold, puts, corrects the amount I've got left in stock, etc., etc. I personally think there's a lot of benefits to it. I like Whatnot when I did my auction, but to get the best money, I sell on Facebook as 0% fees. Yeah, I mean, this is a thing. That is absolutely a thing. The fees on Whatnot are the one downside, but there's a lot of positives to it as well. A lot of positives. 𝗕𝗂𝗃 on 3 months copper membership. Nice work, 𝗕𝗂𝗃. Liking it. What about haze on gold? I don't know what you mean there, Edward. Do you mean? I'm not sure what you mean. Just, I think I might know what you're getting at, but just double confirm so I know. How many likes to stop you singing? No, don't wear that way. All right. My singing is to tell you all how fantastic you are. You are meant to welcome it and embrace it, all right? Electric Bloke, how you doing, my friend? I got stung on Whatnot with 3 times 1 gram gold bars. They were fake, but Whatnot refunded my money. There you go, guys. There you go. I'm sorry to hear that, Electric Bloke. I'm really sorry to hear, someone was on there selling fakes. Fortunately, I've got a good old trusty investor by 𝗕𝗵𝗵𝗿𝗶. So yeah, everything I sell is guaranteed, tested on the 𝗕𝗵𝗵. If you are looking for a 𝗕𝗵𝗵 yourself, there's a link in the description of all my videos to a company called Trusty Metrics, who are a fantastic company and they do amazing prices on the 𝗕𝗵𝗵 in PMVs. So do check them out. But what Electric Boat said right there just proves my point. When things do go wrong, Whatnot come in and sort it out, and that's a fantastic thing about Whatnot. It's brilliant to have somebody there that just comes in, and they will refund as soon as there's an issue. I can remember I had a problem once, and I was kind of at fault, and it was one of those where I was like, you know what, you're right in what you're saying. It was my first ever auction, and I accidentally said the wrong thing during the auction. It was a bit of a twist of a tongue, really. You know what I mean? It's slip of a tongue, should I say? And I did say technically the wrong thing. And I said to the way I would have dealt with it, I said to him, okay, well, you saw what you were bidding on. You saw it through the auction, regardless of me saying, making a bit of a slip of a tongue. So I'll do you 2 options, right? If you want to keep it, I will offer you this much money off of it, and you get to keep it. Do your 25% discount, etc. Or if you want 100% of your money back, fine, return the item to me, and I will give you a 100% refund. And that's the way I would have dealt with it as a seller. And I think that's very fair, isn't it? If they are happy to keep it, I'll give you 25% off. But if you do want your full refund, send me the product back. Whatnot had already got involved and said, here's your money back, keep the item. Have it and the cash, and fair play to them, and they are fantastic at getting things sorted like that. They really are. There is very little discussion on gold prices and the effect on Africa land destruction. It will increase the price of chocolate. Ghana is happening. Well, that is Joe. You're right. It's a conversation there. It's a very deep conversation as well, and possibly. Not, I don't mind having conversations like that on a Saturday, but I do like to keep it a little bit more light on a Saturday night. But you're 100% right. And it's not just gold. It's not just gold. There's a lot of issues when it comes to mining in places like Africa, and not just Africa. There's a lot of issues with cobalt mines out there as well. Cobalt, of course, is used a lot for lithium batteries, etc., etc. So that is right, and you are right. There's not a lot of discussion about it, and that is a very deep discussion to have, mate. And maybe we'll look into that. Female torso says, "Oh, I'm sorry, mate. I'm so sorry to everyone who missed out, because they were an insane price. You know, what I put them on for the Whatnot event, and I'm gutted for everyone who missed out. We had some real issues with the Achilles shield. My word, that could, didn't know what was going off with that. I tried to list it a few times, would not work. I had to close it down, restart it, relist it, and we got it going. But yeah, on commiserations to everyone who missed out on the flash sales. But yeah, that's one of the reasons why you have to get involved on the events. The prices are too good, they really are. I'm with you, Jerry. Let's buy chocolate, but won't last as long as silver. It won't last any time at all. Chocolate. We know what I'm like with chocolate. You know, I think I proved that when I got the bag. It was 100 chocolate coins. You know, the ones that size of a 1 ounce coin. 100 of them. I nicked them off Whatnot at one of the coin shows where I went to met up with them. And I stole them on the. I was like, oh, can I steal these? I'll give them away through duck races. And like, go on, take them then. I was like, yay. And then I was sat at home and I thought, oh, I'll just have a couple. No one's going to know if I just have a couple, are they? So I'll just have a couple. The next thing you know, I'm sat here with a bloated stomach, an empty bag on one side, and just a pile of chocolate coin shells next to me. And I'm like, what have I just done? What have I just done? But yeah, no, I like chocolate a little bit too much, unfortunately. I'm liking Whatnot more and more. Only had one problem so far. Yeah, no, it's a great platform. It really is. Is your Whatnot the same exact app platform that is Americans use? Do they? Yes, that's right, Thule. Yeah, so Whatnot is an American company, and they've come across to UK last year. I think it was around May time last year. But yeah, it's the same company, same app, etc. I do. It's down. I think it's something you can turn on or turn off. Now, I do allow, or to my knowledge, international shipping is fine, because I have had people purchase items from me who have been in America before. It takes a little bit longer for you to receive the item, and the postage is more expensive, of course. But yeah, I have personally sold items internationally before. Now, good point about this, guys. And maybe one of you can explain this to me a little bit better. But when I was at the post office a couple of days ago, sending out some bits and bobs to people, I saw a note in the post office of something that's come into play a couple of days ago at the end of August, and I think it means there's something about paying customs when you send things to America now. And I'm going to be honest, guys, this may have an impact on doing the giveaways to America. I'll keep doing it right now, but it may have an impact on that, and I may have to look at things a little bit differently going forward. I'll still keep the giveaways open to people in America, but it might be the case that I give you, like, instead of winning the standard weekly duck race, I'll do you a £10 Amazon voucher you can redeem or something like that to save me having to pay for, because obviously if somebody won the giveaway today, I mean, what we've got is about just over 10 quid's worth of coins in there. So, you know, I'd probably say 10 quid. I can send everything else, like the poker chips and all that stuff, because I don't pay customs on that, of course. But, you know, I don't know. You know, the smaller ones, it's not going to be an issue for the smaller ones. But the bigger ones, like when we do the bigger giveaways, may have an impact in that. I don't know enough about it. I saw the poster of the post office, and I thought I need to look into that a little bit more. I bought a 120 proof coin set from a seller and Whatnot. Royal Mail destroyed the case, and Whatnot refunded me and let me keep the coins without charging the seller. Yeah, no, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. You know, they do some fantastic things like that. You know, they'll come in and sort it out, and it won't cost the seller anything. And that's one of the best things about Whatnot. It really is. I watched parts of it. Is hidden selfers on live streams. Says Silver Serpent. Fantastic. It's up to the seller about international shipping. I believe it is, but I believe you have to opt out of it, because I never opted in. And I think it just naturally happens, you know what I mean? So I think if you don't want to sell internationally, you have to go into your settings and set that. Otherwise, it will be an option. I've got no issue selling internationally. It can have an impact on new Whatnot sellers. It can have an impact because for the first period of time, you are not on fast payments or early payments. What that means is when you sell an item on Whatnot, Whatnot receives the money for the customer for the item. Whatnot holds that money until 48 hours after the item has been delivered. So you can imagine it used to take a week from selling an item for me to get the money back for that item. And that obviously puts brakes on you being able to use that money to buy new stock and put it back in, etc., etc. So it has an impact early on, because if you haven't got early payments yet, someone buys it internationally. Now, the last thing I sold internationally, it took weeks. In fact, the courier's web tracking system never updated fully. It just got lost in, and I had to message Whatnot and say, hey, you know, it's been ages. Can you look into this for me? And they ended up just giving me the pushing money through. But as I say, the only issue with international sales is it can take quite a while for you to get your money, because obviously it can take a lot longer for it to be received through the post, because it's got to go internationally. My issue was never sorted. They don't refund tips. I didn't make over £100 was taken. I'm so sorry to hear that, Louise. I don't know what happened there. I get from what you're saying that £100 tip was given to somebody and they didn't refund that, which I think, you know, if it was done in by error, then that's, you know, they should be looking into that for sure. You know, because you see, I'm not saying this is what you've done, but it's very easily done, isn't it? You're supposed to tip 10 quid and you actually put an extra zero down. I can remember once I was sending someone 60 quid by bank transfer. I accidentally put 600 quid and sent them 600 quid. Luckily, it was a good friend, and all I had to do was ring them and say, look, I'm really sorry, I've just sent you 600 instead of 60. Can you send me that other 540 back, because I really need it? And they sent it back straight away. But yeah, it's a very easy mistake to make. Anything under 49, under 49 likes. No singing under 49 likes. But come on, let's lick that like button and get us to 50, guys. Come on, we can do it. We can do it. What are we at now? Only another 10 to go. Only another 10 to go. We can do it. Free money on Whatnot means things get bid up, plus what Prime want to pay. Yeah, so that is true. Like these Whatnot credit drops and the free credit referrals, that can put the prices up. Because if you think about it, guys, right? Say you've got a piece of silver that's worth 38 quid per ounce, right? And say I'm Mr. Customer on Whatnot, and I want this £38 piece of silver, yeah. And I've got my £10 referral credit. Now, it goes to 38 quid, and normally that'd be me tapped out, because you know, that's what it's worth. But hold on, I've got 10 quid. This is completely free, so it's not really my money. So you know what? Sod it. We'll go to 43 quid actually on this one, because I'm just using my referral money. And you do see that. Joe's right. The free money can make, you know, can put the bidding price up sometimes. Plus what Prime want to pay. I'm not sure what you mean by what Prime want to pay on that bit, but for sure the free credits do have that impact on there. And also things will sell a little bit higher from Whatnot than some other places, because sellers have to take into account the fees. So, you know, hypothetically, if I was selling something on Stacker Social which has no fees, you know, I could possibly sell that for a couple of quid cheaper than I can on Whatnot, because I have to take into account the fees on Whatnot. And that's happened before, where I've listed things on Whatnot and Stacker Social, and you know, it's been a better price in Stacker Social, and the reason for that is because, you know, I haven't got any fees to pay to the website that way. So yeah, very, very right in what you said there, mate. I reckon that stacking will grow. We are the enthusiasts, and these are the good old days. Make the most of it before the idiots ruin it. Yeah, I think you're right there, Mick. I think you're right. I think we're all into something good here. I think it's going to hit mainstream, like we were saying earlier. I think it's going to hit mainstream very soon, and you're going to see a lot of people, you know, the followers of the crowds coming in and getting on it. And we were in first, guys, and we will see the benefit of that for sure. Wow, that statue that resembles a tree made out of copper coins is gorgeous. Was that made from someone in the community? This one right here. No, this is something. My dad bought me this. He just bought me this as a little gift in one of my birthdays. because he knows. I think he saw it and he thought, oh, that looked really good on our Ben's backdrop. Because he used to like coins and he watches some of my stuff. My dad does, but yeah, it is a really nice little piece. But I think he got it from Amazon or something. I'm not entirely sure. But thank you very much. You found the Achilles heel of whatnot. I love it. I love it. My Achilles shield is the Achilles heel. I gave up with the flash sales. Just snipe people instead. Says Ian. Well, you're good at that, mate. You are good at that for sure. Right, quick break, guys, because we need to do the duck race bundle. Right, so no spoilers. You've already seen from Ian's little contribution, which Ian, I can't thank you enough, mate. Thank you so much. So that's what you got from Ian right there, what we've already seen. On top of that, you've got the little rubber ducky right there that was donated by 𝗵𝗵𝗁𝗂𝗃. We've got a load of poker chips donated by the community. We've got, speaking of 𝗵𝗵𝗁𝗂𝗃, we've got another one from 𝗵𝗵𝗁𝗂𝗃 right there in his little case. We've got a silver spectre right there. Very spectral image on there, ghostly. I love it. We've also got the standard Stackers Social poker chip right there. You've also got the 365 Days of Silver poker chip right there. You've also got the Stackers Social Duck Privy right there. You've got the Scottish Bullion Collector right there. And of course, you've got the Stack Collector Saturday Night Stack Chat right there. You've got the Cardiff Gold pen. You've got the Cardiff Gold case. You've got a Coin Noob and Stackers Social business card. I've got a salty mouth. You've got a stamp sticker, a Stackers Social sticker. You've got a Stack Chat sticker. You've got a Stackers, a Stack Collector sticker. You've got a CY Sterling sticker. You've got a Tech the Coin Hunter Pinger, as very generously donated by Tech the Coin Hunter right there. And guys, I asked you earlier this morning if people were on it. I put a little poll, show you results. Stackers Social, we have 90. Which do you want for your prize tonight? Duck race. 900 US quarter. Got 33%, a 500 florin got 17%, and a 925 shilling got 50% of the votes. So, guys, guess what I'm putting in for tonight's duck race then? That's right, all three of them. There you go. You've got a 1916 925 sterling silver shilling right there. You've got a 1943 900 Washington quarter right there, and you've got a 1945 500 silver florin right there in especially nice condition. So I popped all three in there. I thought I'd ask you guys as a bit of fun to gauge which kind of coin you guys would like the best. But yeah, there we go. There we go. Right, that is the bundle for tonight. We'll do the list in a little while, but I'll probably do a going coin question or two before that. Let me just do a little bit of quick maths here. 1 second. Where's my calculator? Okay, right, and guys, for 10 groin coin, as you know, the four coins that we've got in today's duck race bundle, when one of them, there we go, is Silver Punch getting a free bit of advertising right there. What's going off? Let's get my phone camera back up and running. There we go. Right, so the 4 coins of the copper Year of the Dragon right there. 925 sterling silver shilling, a 900 constitutional silver quarter, and a 500 UK florin. For 10 groin coins, which of those 3 coins contains the most silver? Hey, True, how you doing, mate? 46 is not the right answer. Awesome prize bundle. Thanks, Luke, mate. I appreciate that. My vote's 50p, says Benson. I like it, mate. Can I get added to the race? I did post for comment, but not till later today. There's a load of us that was late today. No worries if not. I shouldn't really, mate. I shouldn't really. Well done, Scottish Bullion Collector. Well done, Scottish Bullion Collector. There is more silver in a 500 silver florin than there is in a 925 silver shilling. The 11.31 grams is your total weight. You're half that for the florin, which gives you 5.65. Now, the interesting thing about that is a florin is twice as heavy as a shilling, but the percentage isn't twice as much because obviously a 500 is exactly half, but a 925 silver isn't full silver. Welcome to Copper, 𝗖𝗺𝗺𝗵𝗵𝗿𝗲. That's how you get added to the duck race. If you want to get added, guys, that is how you do it. So let me get you added. I did see you guys, 𝗪𝗫𝗺, a little earlier. Unfortunately, I've got to be fair to everyone, and I've said no to people in the past, so I'm really sorry, 𝗪𝗫𝗺. I can't, unless you take out a membership, because I have said automatic entry to anyone with the memberships, but I'm so sorry, buddy. I would love to, but it would be unfair to anyone. I said no. So, like I say, 5.65 grams is your total weight. Where's my calculator? 5.65 is your total weight of a shilling. You want to times that by 0.925, and that gives you a total silver weight of 5.22 grams in a 925 shilling, where you've got 5.65 grams in a 500 florin. Where it gets close is actually the quarter, because a quarter is 6.25 grams. They're slightly heavier, but they've got a lower percentage. So it's 6.25 of 90%, which gives you 5.625. So it's only 0.03 difference. Shiny Silver, thank you very much. You're already in those Shiny Silver, because I've used the list from the last 2 weeks. So if you put in the week before, you'd have been entered. But Shiny, you no longer ever have to put in on the comments again. By the way, before we get too late, because I put the post last week, I forgot to give the comment. The comment this week is congrats, Shiny. Congrats, Shiny. I'm advertising punk again. That's one of my hotkeys messing me about there. And this is because we are saying a huge congratulations to Shiny Stacker on getting married this week. So that's your phrase. I've put the post up already. It won't let gifting of memberships. Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that. Damn you, YouTube. I would like to eat a little bit this week, thank you. No, thank you for trying to. I appreciate that. Hey Vegas, how you doing, my friend? Fantastic to see you there. Yeah, and 𝗪𝗫𝗺, I love you, buddy. I wish I could say yes, mate, but yeah, I've literally said no to people in the past, so I've got to stick to it, mate. And yeah, as I say, good evening to you, Vegas. It's fantastic to see you. How did your live stream go earlier today, mate? But yes, so that's the Saturday night quick maths done. So the most silver was, who was it? I got it right, by the way. Bloody hell, it's gone so far since then now. Jesus. Who was it? I got it right. Damn, I've lost it in the chat. Oh no. Where is it? SBC. Brilliant. Right. Growing coin leaderboard. SBC, you're on there, aren't you? Maybe not, because we've started a new one, don't forget. SPC, put you 10. If I have put you on duplicate, I will join you. But yes, as I say, guys, congrats, Shiny, for the phrase this week, guys. Let's have a look. Where's my phone camera? There we go. There we go. Congratulations on getting married. I have a spare hacksaw. I don't know. Yeah, it's still in the honeymoon period. No need for that yet. Vegas was good stream today. What interesting guys. By the way, Vegas, you still coming on next week? I've got you penciled in as the 13th of September. If that's still the case, really looking forward to having you over onto my channel, my friend. That would be great. Do let me know. But if you want to, if you need to rebook, just let me know. We can get that sorted, mate. No trouble. Ian's let me know. SBC. Yeah, thanks, Ian, mate. Congrats, Shiny from Louise. Yes, absolutely. Really enjoyed the interview today. Wish we could get gold backs in the UK. Well, we can get gold backs in the UK. Our good friends down at Cardiff Gold are a great stockist of goldbacks in the UK. They get them from time to time. I know Next Day Bullion, they've had them in the past, and I think they do get them in going forwards as well. So there are a couple of dealers in the UK that do stock goldbacks. I think Next Day Bullion was the first ever UK dealer to get goldbacks in stock, and I know that because when they got them in stock, they came to me and asked me to do a video for them to let people know, which was a fantastic opportunity to work with Next Day Bullion. But yeah, there's a couple of dealers. They're definitely not as easy to get hold of as they are in the States. Let's have a look. Where are we? I said hi hours ago, Ian. Absolutely. Who was it that talked about Monetary Metals Company? I went and looked them up, and by the time I came back, the chat had scrolled too far to go back. Cannot remember, mate. I can't remember. I can't remember who said it. I remember the post, but I don't remember who it was. Lots go up for sale on Stacker Social. Yes, for sure they do. Do remember to check that marketplace out on Stacker Social, guys. You make your own version of what's that? Own version of what? I'm very interested. The Washington Quarter is a beautiful coin, a nice relief, and the eagle on it reminds me of the eagle of Judge Dredd's shoulder. I like that. I like that. Just got another new coin. My pile of new pickups is getting bigger and bigger. That video, when I get round to doing it, guys, is going to be mammoth. But because you know I like to give you little sneak peeks on these live chats, would you like a little spoiler of what I think is the most beautiful coin I picked up this week? It's not the biggest, it's not the most fanciest, it's not the most expensive, but I think it's a particularly nice coin. So it's just behind me. I'll go and get it to give you a lovely little sneak peek. Which one is it? It's not that one. Here it is. Here it is. Show us what you got. Well, what I've got for you lovely people this week is a 1927 Australian Houses of Parliament florin. Just look at that, guys. Is that not a beautiful coin? I'm sorry, but that just got me, that did, when I saw the detail and the design on it. I just think it's a stunning coin. And it's got a beautiful depiction of King George V right there. Absolutely beautiful little coin. So, yeah, like I say, not the biggest silver coin ever. Maybe not the best silver coin ever. But my pickup of the week this week, that one is, for sure. So I'll show you very sharp on the detail. You're not wrong there, Papa H. Not me, no loss, Silver Serpent. Cardiff Gold are selling 2022 Alpha Series Wyoming Goldbacks at same price as 2025 issue. Grab a bargain, yeah, for sure. What I missed, did Shiny Silver get engaged? No, Shiny Stacker's got married, mate. Shiny Stacker got married. Yeah, he's put it in Stacker Social today. Oh, that's nice. Ian's got a Buffalo 5 cent and the relief on it is superb. That's great to hear, mate. SBS says that is gorgeous. Detail looks very sharp. Yeah, absolutely. Very nice, mate. Thank you very much, buddy. That's a cool coin. Not ever seen one of them before. No, I thought that, mate. I thought, you know what? I saw that and I thought, yeah, it's got to go in my collection. That is absolutely stunning little coin. Such a sharp cut to the strike as well, hasn't it? So yeah, I was like, yeah, I love that in my. It's going in my basket, as it says. Yeah, that's the phrase for tonight. I'm having that TSC. You're not. It's my personal collection. That one is. So, enjoy it for now and never see it again, Nate. It's getting disappeared now. No, yeah, I had to keep that for myself. I did. Some great pieces though in the next auction, guys, for sure. I've got a pile of them on the floor. I've got another pickup this week. I'll show you. Because you guys know me. You know I like my letter openers. I do like a good letter opener. As you can see right here, I've got a few of my various letter openers. In size order, we have a antique World War II British Army issue pocket knife. That's this is dated 1945, actual wartime issue. British pocket knife. So that would have been given to one of our Tommies in the Second World War. After that, we have the usual EDC carry knife. That comes in very handy as a letter opener as well. I'll check that out in a bit, Vegas, mate, and get back to you, buddy. So yeah, I've got navy knife. I think this one's army issue, but I think they're very similar, mate. I do think they're very similar, but I think that one was. I do believe that was an infantry issue, but I might be wrong. It's certainly a wartime military issue for sure. So then, you know, we get the EDC one. After that, you've got the. I'm sure you guys would have seen this one before. So it could be, because that's got the spike. It has got the spike on there, so it could be then, mate. It could be robot. I'll look into it a bit more. But then after that, you've got this one, which is a very nice knife. One of my favourites. I do like that. When I'm feeling a little bit exotic, you know, I want to go a little bit, you know, outside the box. But now we've got a different one. This knife I've been after for my entire life. I'll tell you a story about it in a minute. But check this out for a letter opener, guys. What about that? Forget. It just dwarfs everything else. Check it out. This is an actual official Bowie knife. And just look at the blade side on it. It's insane. That is insane. So yeah, as you can see, original Bowie knife right there with an antler handle. This was my dad's when he was a kid, this knife was. And my whole life, I've had my eyes on it. I used to look at it and be like, oh, that's the coolest thing ever. Coolest thing ever. And I've got a sterling silver fruit knife as well. I should have showed that one as well, guys. But yeah, that's only a dinky little thing. But my dad, my whole life, I've asked him for it. Like, Dad, let me have that knife. Let me have your knife. And he has it, because I used to do a lot of camping, you see. And he always used to have it just, you know, in the back of his cupboard my whole life. And I'd be like, Dad, come on, I use it. You don't use it. I use it for camping. And then periodically, every now and again, as a bit of a joke, I'd just turn around and go, oh, you can let me have that knife then, mate? And normally I'd just expect, no, he'd say the same thing now. Get out of it, you know, get out, no chance. And like, you know, that's what I've got from my entire life. And then last week, something changed. I couldn't believe it. I was like, so what do you reckon, Dad? Do you reckon it's time for me to have the knife then? I've waited long enough now. And he said, yes. I was like, what? So, yeah, he's got me, he passed on the Bowie knife. The Bowie knife, which I'm so grateful, because it is a bloody stonker of a knife. So that's my new unboxing knife right there, guys. You call that? That's not a letter opener. That's a letter opener. 100%, 100%. So yeah, that's a new one. That's a new one for the collection there, guys. But yeah, keep an eye out for that. But I'm going to wait till I get the smallest, poxiest little box to open. I'm going to use that one to open it just for giggles. Or talk those to school. Yeah, kids around here took them to school. When I was growing up, we had a guy. His name was Paul, local guy, a bit of a local celebrity. He had a long beard, long hair. Never used to wear a top. He used to wear trousers, and he had a Bowie knife just like that attached to it. And he had an Alsatian dog, never on lead, always used to walk right next to him, and his dog used to carry his shopping for him. Paul worked best, absolute best he was. Mick, my mum got canteen of cutlery silver, my mother of pearl handles for 30 years service. Don't want to know value, as she won't part with it till she dies. Oh, fair play, mate, fair play. My dad had a pair of Gurkha cookery knives given to him from the Gurkha regiment serving in Borneo conflict in his 60s. Wish I had them now. Oh yeah, for sure. The cookeries, they're the ones where they've got kind of a curved blade that they're very similar to the Sikh knives, aren't they? You know what I mean? Silver dagger, mate. Yeah, silver dagger for sure. That one, isn't it? You know what I mean? Beast of a knife. Look at that. You know, that's you call that a knife? It's a knife. But yeah, just want to say thank you, Dad, for that one. I truly appreciate it. Same as I say. Literally my whole life. Where's my sheath for that one? There we go. This one right here. So stories, guys. This one right here, that one was given to me by a customer. I was doing some work for them on one of their art houses, and it was just in there, and he turned around and said, what do you reckon to that? And I looked at it and said, oh, it's a beautiful knife, mate, that is really nice. And he said, yeah, can I it? That one I found when I was doing a shed clearance with somebody. It was nothing more than a clump of rust, and yeah, it took me quite some time to clean it up, get it back down to what it was. I didn't even know what it was when it was just it was in an old toolbox, and it was just literally, it all encased itself in rust. I had to soak it for quite some while to get it back to how it looks there. But that's how I got that one. That one I bought for camping because it's one of the shop that felt nice. It's in my hand, you know, a bit of a utility knife. I've got loads of other ones as well. As you know, I've got swords and all sorts. I do like a nice blade for the decor. All good, Silver Digger. Thanks. I hope you're well. Yes, for sure. Right, looks Klingon. Looks Klingon. Yeah. Oh, the 𝗕𝘂𝗺𝗺𝗃 armory open to the public. I have made that joke before that I would be able to arm a small militia should I need to. I've got like 6 recurve bows, bow and arrows, because I used to do archery. I've got swords, I've got bats, I've got bloody, you know, I've got machetes, bill hooks, axes, all this kind of crap. So yeah, if it ever went down, get yourself around my house, we'll be all right. No one taking 𝗕𝘂𝗺𝗃 stack. Not without a fight. Not without a bloody fight, you know. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? For sure. 𝗕𝘂𝗺𝗃 is Robin Hood, 100%. You know it. You know. I'm not. Well, all I'm saying is I've got a bow and arrows, and I'm in Nottingham, you know, close to Shield Forest. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, guys. Is it time to race some ducks? Let me know. Let me know. Kind of, Divinia. I'm not. Till a couple of years ago, I lived in Nottingham. I originated from a town outside Nottingham, then I moved to Nottingham. Now I've moved back out of Nottingham, but I'm still in Nottinghamshire. So yeah. Digger, how you doing, mate? He says, just passing through on my way to count the Cobra chickens down at the lake, or whatever it is my grandchildren think they need to do while the geese are all gathering in the water. Cheers, all. You have a good time, Digger, mate. Thanks for popping by. We've got some ducks. Some what? What we got coming through in the chat there, Ben? I think you meant to say ducks. We've got some ducks coming through the chat. So let's do it, guys. Let's do it. Right, let me get my duck race open. Here we go. Yeah, no, thanks for popping in, Digger, mate. We'll do duck race, and then we'll probably look to wind things down because I'm tired. I've got a salty mouth, and no, it's Jack Stacks. Right. You all want to start losing groin points. That's how you do it. We'll do one more groin coin question before we do the race. What mothers around here have to sew name tags on their kids' knives back to school? Oh dear, a little bit rough around your end, is it? A bit like that around here, mate. I'd be buggered. I'm a butcher. I cut meat. There you go. You've got a nice little cleaver and everything, mate, haven't you? EDC at least 2 knives every day because it's my legal right to do so. They're tools. No, absolutely. This is my. Absolutely agree with that. A knife is a tool, not a weapon. Now, in fact, I've got one other knife, which is my pocket knife, and I'm able to use that because the locking mechanism doesn't work on it anymore. If you the kind of knife you're allowed to carry around in your pocket in the UK, it has to have a blade shorter than 3.5 inches, and it cannot have a locking mechanism. So this is a pocket knife. That's what's considered as a pocket knife, and it's legal to just carry around with your pocket. And this, it could be anything. It could be, you know, for cutting your apple up or whatever. Like Mercy said, an EDC knife. And the EDC stands for everyday carry. So you just carry it around with you every day. And this one, it's got like you know, it's got tin openers and you know, that's a screwdriver at the end of it and stuff like that. So there's reasons you can carry it. They are a tool if you use them as a weapon. Yeah, but the thing is, Nessie, what can't be used as a weapon? You know what I mean? Like, you know, I can use anything as a weapon really if I was so inclined to hurt somebody with it. You know what I mean? Yes, knives are a lot closer to weapons for best of times. I get that, but it's for. what we're saying, it's the mentality of the people who's carrying it. Somebody who's carrying a knife because it's a tool and they're using it to cut wood or, you know, as camping, etc. They're not a danger, are they? It's the person who sees the knife as a weapon that are the danger to society, and you know, that's it makes a huge difference. So, you know, I'm with who was it that said it? Was it Elmer? You know, I'm with him. It's you know, it's something you should only ever have as a tool, and never even think of it in you know, as a weapon in any kind of way. I'm going to say you need to have it locked up even at home. They may raid you just because you talked about them on YouTube. You Brits have no privacy or freedom. Yeah, no, it doesn't need to be locked up though, bro. The law states it doesn't. If it's in my own abode and I'm not taking it out, it doesn't have to be locked up. Guns do, and you know, I'm perfectly within my. I feel very confident showing that even in the UK. And you're right, you know, we have some mad laws over here about things that get said and done on social media, but I've researched the laws on these, and as long as I'm sensible, I'm not an idiot with them, and I keep them in my own home, then it's all good. There's no issue with them whatsoever, mate. Yes, Duck Race is coming. Nokia 3310, the best phone ever. We all know that. I mean, the person is... Oh, that makes a lot more sense. If the person is a tool, yes, 100%. Right, guys, I've been loading in while we've been talking. So let me just get us over to the Duck Race timer. Where are we? There we go. Right, Duck Racers. Oof. Let me get my list. We've got 56 people in this week. Don't forget, guys, for next week, it is Congrats Shiny. Let me get that list added in here. Where are we? Oh, what is it? Done with that. Added loads. In there. There we go, 56. Right, let's get over there. What Mr. Kiwi's on about is I don't know if you've seen it or not, Divinity. I've seen it loads of times where, you know, people will say stuff online and next thing you know, they'll have police come round because we've said something. It's important to remember the UK is no longer a free speech community. We have what's known as the Malicious Communications Act, which means that you can be arrested for saying things. And that is not freedom of speech. You know, we have controlled speech in the fact that you have freedom to speak up until an extent, and if you say certain things, then that becomes an actual crime. But the other thing is, you're right in what you're saying. Freedom of speech isn't freedom of consequence, and that's true even if you have true freedom of speech. But what I'm saying in the UK, since the introduction of the Malicious Communications Act, it isn't really freedom of speech anymore. It's controlled speech within what is allowed. And you know, a lot of the things that you're not allowed to say, you know, most people agree with it. Is stuff that you shouldn't be wanting to say anyway in the first place. But I like what Brits and stuff just say. I think, you know, the country's going a little bit mad, and some of the times, you know, you've got to allow people their own views and opinions, even if you don't agree with it. If they're not inciting violence or anything like that, people should be allowed their own, you know, their own views and opinions. I'm not going to go into it too much because it's really not what these Saturday Stack Chats are about. But we're seeing this come into play with the flags at the moment. There's a bit of a, you know, a bit of a hoo-ha in the media about people flying the British flag, and I'll give you my personal take on that. Is we're British people, we should be allowed to fly our own flag. Now, if what people are saying is that flag is being used by the wrong people to symbolise the wrong thing, then we need to claim that flag back, because it's our flag, it's the national flag, and a British citizen should be able to fly a British flag without it having any other connotations or any other underlying messages. It should just be about being having a little bit of pride in your country and being able to fly the flag of the country you live in, is my opinion on it. If you know what I mean. Like, yeah, I get some people are using the image in a way I don't appreciate, but you can't just give it to them. You have to. It's our flag. We need to make sure it's shown as a symbol of Britain and nothing else. You know what I mean? I'm turning the volume down. Why are we nearly there? We got a volume warning. Nessie, we're one away. Volume warning. Who wants to lick that like button real quick? Real quick. I'm going to go on my phone. I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to do it myself. Where are we? YouTube. I'm going to do it myself. Here we go. Oh, get out of here. Get out. What? No. Go away, advert. Don't want advert. Here we go. Don't you dare unlick the like, guys. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, I didn't even need to. Shut up, you fool. Here we go. Right. Let's do it anyway. Guys, Nessie, volume warning right now for Nessie. Oh, 365, you're a legend. Because I just wanted to let you all know that you, every single one of you out there, are the best around. Nothing's ever gonna bring you down. You're the best around. Nothing's ever gonna bring you down. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the 50. Let's go over to the duck races. Here we go. No Union flag or George Cross. What W2F? Look what flags I have to hand on here. Oh, you should be able to see a Union Jack, or a Union flag, should I say. A Union Jack is a maritime flag. It's for Union flag the rest of the time. Mercian was using it. Right, we'll cover that on after we do the duck races. But here we go, guys. In case you're wondering, here's your chance to just double check, because you may not see it during the race. Slow it down if you need to, but this is everyone who's in this week's duck race right here. You've got all the measures as standard, and you've got anyone who put the comments on the last two posts. But here we go, guys. Right, one of you, can you please give me a timer? How long do you want me to run this race for, my friends? There you go, True Legends found them. 2 minutes, says Divinia. 2 minutes. We'll do 2 minutes. Divinia was in first. There's your 2 minutes, right? And you got, you know the scores, guys. Now I've said go. How many? The dirty stinking, eh? Amy girl, Amy girl. How you doing? The dirty stinking. Must be talking about me, but you know me. I don't know. What we got here? 4. You can't have them, nerd. You can't have them because you keep sharing inappropriate photos. So your access has been denied for that reason, all right? please knocking at my door. I need to go. Here we go. What did we say? What was it? 4? Yeah, it was 4. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. There we go. Right. Am I signed in? I think I'm signed in. We'll find out very shortly, guys. Names, edit list. Here we go. Yep, 56. We said 2 minutes, didn't we? 2 minutes. Yep, we said 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, guys, here we go. Let me just get this started. Right, here we go, guys. In 3, 2, 1, they are off. We've got the volume on. It's all good. Here we go. He needs to rig it. I don't, unfortunately. If I had no need to rig it, Jim's just going to win it every week anyway. So there you go. But right now we've got Serenity Stacker right up front. Nerd UK's up there. What is it with Caravan? Singing with Caravan, whatever it is. Who's up there? I can't see the name. Sandy Millington's up there as well. So many Shiny Stacker. Shiny Stacker would be very apt if you were to win it today. John Clayton's fighting for the top spot as well. We have also got Shiny Silver right there as Bob the Builder Duck. But Will's Bullion's there as the Beefeater Duck. Silver Stag Stacker is Dracula. 𝗕𝗂𝗺𝗃 stacker, you blood-sucking vampire, you. Right there, now he's a great guy, 𝗕𝗂𝗺𝗃 is. Jamie Frost's up there, he wants another duck race win. Ollie Harper's up there as well, true legend. John Clayton, Jack Stacks is there, Louise Wawa is there. They're all going for it. Who is going to take it? Who's got the cheating? Mags is cheating today with the extra long nose on the honker, but she's still behind, so we will let her off with that one. Right, where JC? I'll come back to that very shortly. John Clayton is in the front right now. Jamie Frost is fighting for him. We have 49 seconds left on the timer. Ian Atterbury's up there as well. Oh, Ian, you're looking very pretty with your little crown and lipstick on there, buddy. York Snaps currently in the lead. Mr. Kiwi's up there as well. He's not had a win for a couple of weeks. It's about Mr. Kiwi's turn again. Resurgen's up there. Resurgent, did you win something recently? I'm still waiting for your address details, buddy. Please get at me. But Resurgent is currently in the lead. We've got Serenity Stacker, Punk Duck fighting for it as well. Right there. We've got Edward L, Ice and Fire from Stackers Social. We've got Lewis Campster, Rudolph Docky is nowhere near Christmas. Well, it's getting close to Christmas actually, but get back in stables for now, Rudolph. Come on, sort it out, mate. Resurging, duck number 38, still in the lead as we come into the final 10 seconds of the race. Who's it going to be? Oh, Nessie, come on. Yeah, I think it's going to be Nessie. I think it might be Nessie. Queen Icy, can you do it? Are you in the lead right now? You've only got a couple of seconds left. Oh, Nessie, I'm so sorry, but Joker's wild. Fantastic work there, my friend. Fantastic work. Get out of here. Right, guys. Right, let's go over to the studio. While I ask you all, what time is it? You know the time, guys. It is time to shut the duck up. There we go. Right, what were we saying about flags? The Unicode standard for the England flag is a sequence of characters that some operating systems and applications don't fully support, causing it to display as a black flag or not. Or, yeah, for sure. So, the thing is, when it comes to flags, the correct flag to fly is the Union flag, technically, the British flag, because England stopped being a country hundreds of years ago. It was during the 1700s. Where England stopped being a country. The point England stopped being a country is when we created the Act of Union between England, Scotland and Ireland. Prior to that, England had already annexed Wales. So Wales was part of England when we joined as one nation, as a united kingdom, the United Kingdom of Great Britain. So England hasn't been a country for hundreds of years. So technically, it should be the Union flag. The part of Britain we are from is what was traditionally England, so I understand people wanting to fly the St. George flag. I certainly would like to be able to fly the St. George flag on St. George's Day, which is our patron saint, and that, I think that's, still important to do. But technically it should be the Union. Yeah, 1707 Scottish Bullion said, and yeah, absolutely. And that, if anyone was interested, that is why you don't have Welsh, the Welsh national flower or the Welsh national animal on coinage, whereas you get I say national animal, we all know the Irish national animal is a harp, which isn't much of an animal, but the national emblem. So you've got the Lion of England. So on coins, I mean, it's the lion rampant in Scotland on coins, but I personally associate the unicorn more with Scotland than the lion rampant. But the reason England and Scotland both have lions on the shield, that comes from King Richard the Lionheart, who adopted the lions at the time. Yeah, a bit of a history lesson there, but same to say, England hasn't been a country itself since the early 1700s, so it technically should be the British flag you fly to show patriotism, but to me it wouldn't make a difference either way, whether it's the Union flag or the flag of St. George, it's a means to show support for your country, isn't it? I think the problem lies where Wales and Scotland are free to fly their individual flag, but England can't. Yes, Ian, I agree with that. Like, I haven't got. If someone wants to fly the George's Cross, I haven't got an issue with that. If it's being done through patriotism and through pride of your country, I haven't got a problem with that. I'm just saying, technically, if you wanted to be really anal about it, technically it should be the Union flag. But it makes no odds. And let's put it like World Cups. it's for England. We're supporting England, aren't we? You know, specifically in the World Cup. Still to this day, you know, Scotland have their own team, etc., etc. Wales have their own team. Even Wales got their own team, and you know they've been part of England way before Britain was formed. So I get you there, and I agree with that, Ian. I do. I have been a flag flyer in my beach town now for 20 years. As I fly everything and anything and photos of everyone too. Fair play, John. Fair play. You go for that, mate. I can't fault you at all. Urban, I was going to drop you a text on Monday. Oh, fantastic. I'm British, but I live in England. I have a right to fly them both. Yeah, I agree. I think you should, nerd. I think you should have a right to fly whichever one you want to. You know, absolutely. And like you say, the part of Britain you live in, or where you come from, is the England part. Yeah, for sure. When a unicorn farts, a baby haggis is born. Oh, that's too good. That's too good, mate. Ian, they've been talking the salter down up there. Yeah, Fizz. Hopefully all is well with you and the family sulphur. Absolutely. And 𝗪𝗔 Can I just say, I like your logo there, mate. It's a very well-designed logo you've got there, 𝗪𝗔. Best flag is the Nottingham flag. It has, I think Nottingham's got a very nice flag, mate, with Robin Hood on it, for sure. As far as counties go, yeah, we have got a good flag there, mate. Let's have a look. I have no issue with individual or union. We should be allowed it. Absolutely, I don't have an issue with either, mate. You know, I'm just saying, technically, you know, the country we're in is Britain. England stopped being a country many years ago. That's all I'm saying. But I'm not saying, you know, it's wrong to fly one or the other. You know what I mean? I think people should be able to fly either, really. And I think, you know, we're seeing that. I think people are really not liking being told that they're not allowed to fly the flag of their own country. And I think that's, you know, that just it makes no sense to me either. Regularly fly the old Anglo-Saxon white 𝗰𝗚 of England flag. Fair enough, mate. That is a fantasy one, isn't it? I do like that one. The unicorn flag gets displayed here. Union Jack is displayed at sea, but all in all, it's symbol of patriotism and not to be displayed for rampant acts of racism. My shopkeeper was born here. Yeah, I mean, agree. You know, it's our national flag. And if it's being used the wrong way, we should be claiming that back. Don't let them take our national flag. You know, we need to keep that as a symbol of pride and just a symbol of, you know, wanting our country to be a good country. I mean, and that's, you know, there should be nothing wrong with that. And that's the point I'm making. You know, for sure, Danny, I agree with that. Legally, you can fly the flag of any country that has ever existed. There's a lot of bylaws, mate. There are a lot of bylaws, and I know of a lot of stories of places. I know I'm coming more from a business perspective, and I think the law is different on businesses and private abodes. But I certainly know a fair few businesses, especially in the pub trade. You find it quite a bit in the pub trade. I know a few pubs that were told that they had to take the flag down when they've had it flown. And that's through local bylaws, not through national laws, but through local bylaws enforced by local councils, etc. But I know that has been the case. But we're seeing a lot recently of individual residential owners being told that they need to remove their flags as well. Again, this is being done more through local councils than through any kind of national law at all. But it is happening, buddy. It is happening. Let's have a look. Where are we? It's wrong, Nessie. What's that? Robin is a Geordie. If that's wrong, for sure. That is sure. Robin is not a Geordie, and that boils my wee too. How's things been going to see? Good, thanks, Evan. I'm glad you're well too, mate. Does that Scotland stop being a country? Yeah, I mean, yeah, technically, it's part of Britain. Scotland is, but. Obviously, it's a weird one, isn't it? It is a weird one because, like, English people associate themselves as being English, Scottish people associate themselves as being Scottish, Welsh associate themselves as being Welsh, and Northern Irish associate themselves as being Irish. I don't think any of us associate ourselves as being British, and it's a weird one because it's been literally hundreds of years we've been British. For every single one of you, way before your lifetimes, it's been one country, Britain, or the United Kingdom. But none of us see it that way, do we? You know, we all, it doesn't matter which part you're from, you still see your own part as being the country you're from. And yeah, it's a great point you've raised there, Brits and Sovs. They are part of the United Kingdom, yeah, for sure. For sure, and same we say, that's why we all have a British passport. That's the country where we're technically residents of. But you're right. You know, it doesn't matter which part you're from. We all associate with our local historical country, whether it be in England, Wales, Scotland, or Ireland. I think they don't like the St George cross over other flags is because it's a Christian flag, and all things Christian seem to be under attack recently. Now, the thing with that, Luke, right, it's like saying Christmas is a Christian holiday. And you're not wrong when you say Christmas is a Christian holiday, but you have to be Christian to enjoy Christmas, and it is for a version of Christmas that can be enjoyed without being Christian whatsoever. And I think that kind of refers to the flag. Yes, it does come from Christian heritage. You're absolutely right. It is the flag and the cross of St George, who's a Christian saint, you know, and I get that. But, you know, as we as a nation come away from Christianity, so should the flag. You know, it's at the end of the day, it's still just a flag as well. You know what I mean? And I think that's that needs to be remembered. But I think there's a lot of truth in what you've said there, Luke. And I think, you know, that does have a fair amount to play on it. Why is it just England? How do you mean? How do you mean just England, Brits, mate? I'm not sure what you mean there, buddy. The flag of the Principality of Sealand. I don't know that one, mate. I'm not sure what that one is. Let's have a look. That's a fact. We're being told that we cannot be patriotic or proud of our country, and that's an issue. That is where the issue stands, mate. And I'm not tied into any like far right movement or anything like that, but I want to be able to be a proud citizen of the country I'm in. I think that's something that should be okay. Love @𝗷𝗫𝗄𝗃's flag on YouTube. I've not watched @𝗷𝗫𝗄𝗃 in many years. Who's taking it? Says Nerd UK. I don't know. Probably I don't know. The flag of Christiania, Denmark. It's very similar. Is it Denmark that has a very similar flag to us? I get confused with flags. I'm no Sheldon Cooper with his fun with flags. Brits, they're doing it in Ireland with the tricolour and Scotland with the saltire also now. Are they? Fair enough. If people see that is actually really going on in this country, you would realise the country's got some issues. It's got some real issues. It's still a law that an Englishman can shoot a Scottishman from the walls of York with a bow if he tries to drive his sheep through the bar walls. I've seen a lot of variants of that law, Ian. I've seen it said in a lot of ways. One thing I would say is I wouldn't test it. I just would not test it, my friend. I wouldn't put it to the test. But there is, supposedly, I think there's something to do with it being before midday on a Sunday or something like that as well. But yeah, I know that law. Is not an officially recognised country in the UK, ergo those three, lot are flying very haven't. Okay. Mercian, nothing personal. That's something I really just do not want to get into on these. It's not a conversation for tonight. But I'm not, again, nothing personal to you, mate. That's something I want to just kind of dodge that one, if you know what I mean. I've got my own views and opinions on it, but yeah, not for the Saturday night's chats. I got 1,000 or more Union Jack flags on little straws in my attic. Yeah, fantastic. I've got a load of them from the leftover from the 2012. What were it? Jubilee, wasn't it? 2012 Diamond Jubilee in 2012, something like that. I can't remember. We all love our country and proud to be born here, but we are a diverse nation, except everyone but... Oi, you leave old Welsh alone. My good mates down in Wales, bless them. Should be able to fly a flag even if you don't like. I'm not a big fan of a pride flag, but it doesn't mean I want laws to arrest people for flying it. Yes, mate, I agree with that. I agree. 100% Brits and Sovs. You know, you should be allowed to fly a flag, and show yourself. And it's what worries me, that we, you know, these kind of laws that kind of, you know, they channel people down a certain thought process. I'm not, you know, I'm all about liberty and freedom of thought and freedom of speech and that kind of thing. You know, I do agree with that, mate. Geordie first, then English, says Nessie. I love that. Should be freedom of expression. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you there, mate. Next, you won't see Britannia on a coin. That would truly gutter me. That would truly gutter me. Don't like Xmas, but I love Halloween. So the thing, John, with Christmas, I used to hate Christmas. You know, Christmas used to make me very, very depressed. It used to make me very ill. And then I realised, you know what I'm doing wrong here is I'm letting people tell me how to enjoy Christmas. And that's not how it works around here. And a few years ago, I just had this epiphany, this completely different view set on Christmas, where I thought, you know what? I don't give a damn about tradition. Christmas, for me, is a day where I get to spoil myself. So I'm going to watch what I want to watch. I'm going to wear what I want to wear. I'm going to eat what I want to eat. I'm going to drink what I want to drink. I'm going to do whatever I want to do. And if people bother me, you can get stuff, because this is one day of the year I'm going to not feel guilty about bloody ignoring you. And I turned Christmas into something I stopped depressing me and starting to look forward to, because it's my own thing, and it's tailored for me, you know. And I get what you're saying. If you try and do the traditional Christmas, especially if you're someone like me who's on your own over Christmas, it can be very depressing. It really, really can. But yeah, try things a bit different, see how you get on. But I love Halloween. Really do love Halloween. If I had money, I would move, says Davinia. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. You know, I'd rather make things better if we can. I really would. Hey, Joseph, how you doing? It's been a while. Still doing well in therapy. Joseph, mate, you won a duck race, buddy. Can get your address over to me, and I'll get it out to you as soon as possible. Really glad to hear you're on the mend there, buddy. And it's great to see you, Joseph, but do DM me or email me with your address, mate, because I've got a duck race bundle from last week to send out to you. Is that true or an urban legend? Is that the law about the shooting a Scotsman? I would personally consider that more as an urban legend than a true law. You know, I've never had anyone tell me or show me exactly where in the law it states that, you know what I mean? So I consider that more as as an urban legend personally. Welcome to British politics, blue collar. Yeah, well, we're not. Look, I think we've skirted round them for enough right now for a stat chat. You know, I don't mind skirting over these subjects, but it's certainly not what it's about. So we'll try and move on a little bit more now. That law is inside the walls of Chester with a longbow. Yeah, see, Chester. I've heard Chester. Now, I'll be honest with you, nerd. I've heard it a lot more commonly for York than Chester. But I've heard it for Chester, I've heard it for York, I've heard it for other cities as well. I've heard different variants for each city, which is what makes me think it's more urban legend than actual real law. Fair play, dude. I wound it in, but yeah, no, same as say, dude. I mean, I respect your views and your opinions, mate. It's you know, I like to keep things a bit light and breezy around here on a Saturday. Britain is the landmass. The country's full name is the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Yeah, that's absolutely United Kingdom or Great Britain, 100%. And the true name is the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, absolutely. But you know, obviously Britain is just short for United Kingdom of Great Britain. Obviously, Britain's just, you know, a short version of that. You're not going to go around saying the United Kingdom of Britain and Great Britain and Northern Ireland all the time. You just say Britain, don't you? You know what I mean? So, you know, Britain is the country. It's just a nickname or an abbreviation for it. You know, that's all it is. Sorry to hear that, Joseph. You're still in my praise. Me too, Joseph, as well, my friend. Yeah. Again, I'm sorry, guys. Please don't take it personally. I'm just gonna avoid anything on certain topics just because it's not something I want to get into. Glad I ain't got no kids. The next generation has a lot to deal with. Mate, the world's changing, and I don't know what the next generation are really going to have to be dealing with. You know, with AI and all these different things. I just know the world's going to be changing in a big way. I said this a few years ago, and it's true now as it ever was. The best, us right now, we are living in a turning point in human society, a true turning point. We are living in the point where it goes from being the past to the future. You know what I mean? When 20 years ago, and the older people will relate to this a lot more than young people, but 20 years ago, we were still very much in the past. And like when you watched a science fiction film, all that kind of stuff didn't exist. Now, more stuff exists from old science fiction films than doesn't. We have literally seen society change from one thing to the other thing, and we have been the generation that's gone through into the future, and we are seeing more changes to society than has been seen in thousands and thousands of years. You know, you got to think of things like the internet, now AI, and so many other advances, more so through technology than anything else. But we are seeing some fantastic changes, and so I don't know what the world's going to look like in 10, 20 years. It's going to, you know, it could look so different to what it does now, or it might look exactly like it does right now. I'd be very interested to find out, and hopefully I'm around still to find out. Thank you. I'm still doing the women therapy until March 16th next year, and the bandage is falling off. I had to call the office to get someone to change it. So, I'm glad you're getting there, Joseph, mate. That's great to know, and you keep it up, my friend. 𝗕𝗂𝗀𝗃, what's that, mate? What's that? Let me just bring myself up to terms with that. 𝗕𝗂𝗀𝗃. Oh, that's that comet, isn't it? Yeah, that's that comet. Is that the one? Is that the one that's going to pass closer to us than like the ISS or something? Is it the one that could still hit us? Capturing stellar invader comet, growing a tail. The images both. Yeah, there's a few out there. I know there's one in particular that science doesn't know if it's going to hit us or not. Now, I remember, what is it? There's a couple. 𝗵𝗵𝗵𝗶𝗵's one. 𝗵𝗵𝗁 is another one. That one's another one. Now, 𝗵𝗵𝗁 is the one. Now, I remember, and I think there's so, I can't remember how many years there's left on 𝗵𝗵𝗁 until it makes a real close pass. But I remember being around at a friend's house years ago. And I can remember him saying, like, in 40 years, we're going to get, you know, and I was watching this telly, it was telling us that we're going to get hit by this asteroid in 40 years, and everyone else is just watching it and just, like, laughing. I'm, like, literally thinking the world's about to end, and I'm freaking out. And I'm the only one in the room, like, you guys, are you listening to this? We're all going to die in 40 years. What are we doing? But, yeah, I don't know, mate. I don't know. It's a great question. I mean, it's a rabbit hole you don't want to go down. You don't want to start learning how close we are to getting hit by comets literally all the time, mate. It's it's a very terrifying area. I mean, in fact, we're coming up to, didn't comet go out of business? Very good, Divinia, very good. It's a comet, though. Is it a comet, 𝗁𝗂𝗃? Is that what people are saying? Is it a comet? Is it not a comet? I don't know about that one. I don't know, but probably, yeah, I'm a nerd. I'm going to say likely is a comet, mate. But we will know. Which one? What's the one? Which is the one that changes speed? Was that 𝗵𝗵𝗁 or no? That was a 𝗵𝗵𝗵𝗃. What's the one with the Hawaiian name? Because that's the one that was changing speed and directory and made it look like it really wasn't natural. Yeah, I'll be honest with you, I'm a lot more worried about 𝗵𝗵𝗁 hitting us than a comet not being a comet. But there's some weird stuff out there. I mean, we're coming, a fun fact for everyone, every single year, about this time of year, maybe we're not quite there, but we're getting very close, the planet goes through the torrid meteor shower. And we basically play Russian roulette every single year. There are items in the torrid meteor shower that could destroy the Earth. They're large enough to destroy the Earth, and we fly through it every year around this time of year. and same as say, it's literally playing Russian roulette. Let me find out exactly when it is. When does Earth pass through the torrid? Earth passes through the torrid meteor stream twice each year. It's even worse than I thought. Creating the beta torrids in the summer, roughly June to July, and the southern and northern torrids in late autumn, September to November. That's what I'm talking about right now. Both branches of the stream, which originate from comet Encke, are quite broad, so the Earth takes some time to pass through them, resulting in long-lasting meteor showers. And same to say, guys, it's luck, not judgment, that we don't into one of them. I've just done me phone in. Hold on. Just knocked my cable for my camera, you see. Not be a second, guys. Let's get that back up. Webcam. Not there yet. Hold on. Deactivate that. Yeah, we go. I'm back. So yeah, fun time to be alive right now. We are, as a planet, we are weaving. What is it? We are ducking, dipping, we are dodging, ducking, dipping, diving, and dodging right now. If we had a cheeseburger show, I might get one. I love it. Hey, Smidster, how you doing, buddy? Great to see you there. We had a Sony colour TV that had no remote control back in the 70s. Oh, yeah, my God. And can you remember first TV remotes that were on a lead? You could only be so far away from it to use it. They were fantastic. You remember top loader VHSs as well. They were fantastic as well. And remote control cars, again, they remote control, but they had a lead. You can only go like 2 foot with them. You know what I mean? Fantastic, weren't we? You know what I mean? For some years as younger brother, I was the remote control. Says, I can't fault you there. Damn, mate, I was exactly the same, buddy. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a comet. Don't quite work that way. Email has been sent. Thank you for the duck race, mate. No, thanks, Joseph, mate. I've been meaning to let you know. Do remember, guys, if you do win a duck race, always send me an email confirming the address you want me to send it to. Even if you think I've already got your address, send me a message just confirming that. I nearly sent something to the wrong address for something with Sandy. I went through the chat and I saw an address. It must have been someone who won a giveaway he did or something through my channel. And I nearly ended up going to the wrong address. So please do make sure you contact me and confirm, even if I have had your address in the past. 3 channels, Selector, 𝗕𝘂𝗺𝗃 and 𝗕𝗂𝗃, yeah, for sure. Had to put 50p's in our telly, and then the guy had come round and emptied telly off. I've still got a box, and it's got a section for TV, it's got a section for gas meter, it's got a section for electric meter, and yeah, for sure, mate, for sure. Countdown on Channel 4 was a deal breaker. We didn't even have a channel selector. You had to manually tune the TV into the channel. Oh God, yeah, you got a new TV, and that was worst bit. Yeah, you got your new TV, and you had to twist the little knobs until you got the right feed coming through. Oh, that's almost BBC One. All right, move on to the next one, and then it'd always be this really awkward, difficult to get thing to get to. And yeah, you used to have to tune your own TV in when you got your new TV, for sure. I remember that one. I remember when I grew up, I just had this little black and white TV in my bedroom. That's all I had. I had about 3 channels on it, if that. Yeah, for sure. It was just a UHT dial. Yeah, no, that's it. Yeah, you used to really, really carefully tune it into right one. Brookside. Is it coming back? Is it? Oh wow! The only thing I remember from Brookside is that arc where someone got dug up, a murder arc, won't be, and someone got buried under the patio or something. The tube on Channel 4, I used to queue for tickets. Channel 61 for ITV, yeah, for sure. 64 for BBC too. Which film was it? They froze 50p shapes in ice for the Leckie meter. Oh, I don't know on that one, mate. I don't know on that one, but I like the style. The only problem with that is you could break your TV after it melts inside of it, you know what I mean? Well, good call. Tell you what we used to do. What we used to do when we were kids was nothing naughty, and we used to stick to the rules at all times, obviously. what we used to do is we used to get pennies, and there was certain machines that would work, and you get 2 pennies, and you super glue 2 pennies together, and a lot of vending machines would recognise it as a pound coin, and that's what we used to do. We used to go around just gluing pennies together and getting pound coins worth of sweets out of vendors. 𝗕𝗂𝗺𝗺𝗃 or teletext can't be. Or bamboozle the game on teletext for sure, mate. Been watching the film Lucy with someone called Lucy for the first time tonight. Wild. I don't think I watched Lucy. In fact, I don't like that name. It's my ex's name, and she was mean to me. She was very mean to me. So yeah, it's not a name I like, Lucy. But I didn't. Is that the film? I couldn't watch it. It was ridiculous. Like, so this is a very common misconception. You know, when people say, "Oh, humans they only use 3% of the brain," as if to say there's 97% of untapped potential in the human brain. It's completely false. It's completely false. We use, as humans, approximately 10% of our brain at any given time. We use all of our brain, pretty much, if not all of it, and I mean all of it. We use all our brain, but different parts of it when we're doing different things. You know what I mean? Think of your brain as a computer. Now, if I press Control-Delete right now and go on to Task Manager, and I go into my Task Manager and I can see right now my CPU is using 15% of its power. That's all it's using, because that's how a computer works. You don't use 100% of computing power 100% of the time. That's how you blow things up. You know, things just burn out that way. So the human brain uses about 10% of the capacity at any given time, depending on what it's doing. You know, and it will use different parts of your brain at other times to do different things. So we do use all our brain, just not all at once. And that's what got me about that film, because it was one of those films where she took this drug and it unlocked her old brain, which meant she could now do magical things. And it kind of doesn't work like that. Now, there's a lot, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of things about the brain. He died in a swimming pool. Who did? Oh, your mate was on. Oh. I hope you mean your friend's character died in Brookside, and not your friend died in a pool. If you know, either congratulations or commiserations. I'm not sure which one to give you there. I'm really not. But yeah, the problem with Lucy for me was it was like, I'll give it another try, Lee, because you know, I'll probably be a bit too harsh with it. But it was one of those where it's like, oh, all of a sudden she's got magic powers because she can use all the brain, and it's not how it works. Calling operator saying 2p was stuck. Then she would put you through by the operator would be there fixing it in the morning when you had 2 hours talking to your mate. Yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah, I'm trying to ring my mum. It's an emergency, but I can't put any money into the phone box because there's someone's wedged a 2p in there. What do I do? Okay, don't worry, I'll put you through. Blah blah blah. You send a technician out to look at it. Yeah, well, yeah, you don't even see phone boxes anymore anyway, do you? You know what I mean? It's all mobiles nowadays. For us, when we were kids, we used to find it was hilariously funny to ring up the sex line. I don't even know if that's still a thing. I think it was 0800 28 29 30 when I was younger, wasn't it? 0800 28 29 30. And we used to go to phone box on the way from school pretty much every single day. And we'd think up really funny things to say, which to a child funny, but to an adult it's like, yeah, but and what, yeah. Penis. Oh wow! I said penis. He said penis. But we used to think it was hilarious. I don't know why. We used to sit there thinking all day what we were going to say when we rang them on way home from school. It was so humiliating, but we used to think it was fun. That had Hollyoaks After Hours programme filmed in my butcher's shop. It was so funny. The Last Turkey, it was called. In August as well. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I remember Hollyoaks late, because we used to do the normal version, and then late at night we do a more adult version, didn't we? And yeah, I remember that. I used to quite like Hollyoaks. So it was like a soap for younger people, more like you know, unlike EastEnders of Coronation Street, it was designed for people in the 20s kind of thing. Let's have a look. Ah, okay, yes, it's still alive. So congratulations to your friend for playing the part of a dead person on Brookside, because he's still alive and gets on your arse a little bit. I used to put 50p coins in the electric meter. Yeah, for sure. Reverse for chargers. Reverse chargers. I used to remember that one. Sex line. Yeah, 20. No, are you sure, Villainous? I thought it was 28, 29, 30. It might have changed since I was a lad, but I could have sworn it was 28, 29, 30. Not 29, 29, 30. That's a miracle. Love it. Like Jez's confession. What was that? Jez's is that? Was that? Oh no, I'm thinking of Late Night Love with Graham Torrington. I used to love that. Late Night Love with Graham Torrington. What a radio show that was. I would happily bring back a version of Late Night Love and just sit here and have people tell us mad stories, over the phone about things. Shall we do it? Do you reckon we could do a resurgence of Late Night Love with the Stat Collector? If you guys would ring in and do it, I'd be up for it. Look up Mr. Wars in phone book and saying, are there any wars on your... Oh, yeah. Is Mr. Wars there? No, I'm afraid Mr. Wars isn't here. Oh, is Mrs. Wars there? No, Mrs. Wars isn't here. Oh, yeah, are there any walls there? No walls here, mate. How's your roof staying up? The old ones at best, eh, Danny? I love it. So look, where are we? You could ring up and hear the top 10, if I remember correctly. Yeah, you could do that as well. Yeah, for sure. El Dorado, what a show. I was actually in an episode of Hollyoaks 30 years ago. Was you, Si? That's fantastic. I like that. 28, 29, 30. Yes, I was right. 28, 29, 0800, 28, 29, 30. Is it still a thing? Let's ring it and find out. I could do that. I could play a dead bloke. Here, watch. Yes, you could. And dial with speaking clock. Yeah, speaking clock as well. I used to do a thing. Do you remember those old Bakelite phones with the dials? You know what I mean? Well, I learned when I was younger that you could dial, even if all your numbers were broke on your phone, you could dial a number on a house phone just by using the hang-up. And what you used to do, 0 was 10, and you had to do it really fast. Now, imagine the bit that you hang up the phone up with the receiver. Imagine that's a Morse code. So you go, for 0, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Little break, and then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then for the next number, and do that. And it used to ring, and that's that. And when it did that thing and it went, that's what it was doing. It was basically doing that, and you could do that manually. And I just think that was quite cool. Really sad. Never forget the phone number from IT Crowd. Oh, God. Oh, no, I couldn't do it now. 080821925 88898 9125 752 3. I love the IT Crowd. It was something like that. That wasn't exactly it, but it was something like that. 0800 925 88915 9125 745 3. Jimmy Carr, when he was on radio taking people's mad stories, like the guy that sat on a Skate Electrics after a show. Dear. That was Jez's confessions. Fair enough. A bit like Graham Torrington's Late Night Lovers. That was all about people confessing that they'd cheated on someone or that they'd done something mad. So a little bit like it, you know what I mean? $16 disc. Love it. Did anyone see me breathe? No, we didn't. Got us there, mate. The woman who got pregnant when Toffee Crisp wrapper failed. Oh dear. My dad gave me pocket money and told me under the stairs was the money box to save them in it. Took me years to find out it was the electric meter coin. I love it. All right, and guys. I only planned to do till 9 tonight. I was wanting to know, guys, but you've got a full session out of me. We're at 10 o'clock. Thanks for everyone. Thanks for the good chat. We've had some really interesting topics tonight, and you know, it's been a great chat. I love it when it's a bit different like this. It tickles my interests, as it were. But probably going to leave you now, in the usual fashion. But before I do so, I will remind people, you know, massive congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. Shiny Stacker who've tied the notch today. Don't forget the phrase for next week's duck race is "Congrats, Shiny." In the post I put up earlier today. Hey Barry, how you doing, mate? Great to see you here, buddy. Don't forget you've got Craven from 5 p.m. tomorrow, Silverpunk from 8 p.m. tomorrow, and then me from 6 p.m. on Monday. I've got some coins listed already. I've got a good pile of them down here. All the most of the older stuff hasn't been listed yet, so I'll start listing them tomorrow and Monday. I look forward to seeing you all on with me on Whatnot on Monday night as well. Other than that, I'll look to get at least one video out next week, 2 if I can, but there'll be at least 1. And after that, I'll see you again next Saturday, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure as always. Thank you for the thanks. I needed to start a radio show, Cool Music. Thank you, Lee, I appreciate that. Sorry, can't be there Monday. Oh, no trouble, Barry, but thanks for letting me know, mate. And just to remind you all, volume warning, Nessie. Nessie, volume warning. But just to remind you all, let's just do it again. One more time, before I go, never forget, you're the best around. Nothing's ever gonna bring you down. You're the best around, nothing's ever gonna bring you down. Take care, guys. Have a good one. It's been great seeing you.